Nope.
God, don't repeat it. I'll find it when I'm editing.
No. You're gonna believe it twice now. There's two groups in his.
Make sure you say happy birthday to David registration.
Thanks for doxing me.
Make sure to get him a cake.
We're trying not to bleep.
No, they don't knock on doors.
That's bleepable. That's that level.
You hear believable content. I hear the intro to this episode.
You're just gonna find a little kid and just hold his face against the fire and be like, breathe it in. Breathe it.
It might make you stronger or kill you.
Payback.
Join the Discord.
Fucking got him. Do I have to bleep any of that?
No.
Okay.
No.
You're just gonna find.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to another edition of the Zulu 24 podcast. And as always, I'm joined by Anthony from Brown Toast Studios and Jordan from Zulu Outdoor. We have some special guests today, and I just kicked the table twice.
It's okay.
That's fun. We've got Dylan from Zulu.
Hello.
And Tyler from Nowhere. He's just stopped.
Formerly Zulu.
Formerly Zulu, stopping by. And today we're going to be talking about the Milsim Day that we just did. I wasn't here for it, so I don't know shit about it.
Would you like to explain?
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. I'm not gonna lie. It was like watching a movie all day. This one we kind of ramped up the props a little. We had a device that players could build. They had to basically get all the parts together. We added the engineer class.
Cool. Let's start from the beginning.
Okay.
How'd the day go?
Well, the day went really well. There was about, 170 players total?
Yeah.
Yeah. We were a little slow on start for Milsim Day, but the first half of the day went fantastic. Off the field by 12 o'clock on the dot, getting everybody riled up and ready to go by 1. We planned on starting the game at 1:30. We didn't start till like 1:45, so we were about 15 minutes behind schedule.
That's all right. I think for the first one, we didn't start till 2. So that's
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. We were really hardcore trying to get it to start at 1:30 to give them a full half hour to start securing objectives prior to the 2 o'clock side mission.
Yeah.
But this time around, they only had 15 minutes. In comparison to the last one, we changed the actual flag points for advance and secure, because we ran advance and secure again, but instead of essentially it went the first time Haji Camp, Mosque, down to CQB, all the way down to Newtown, and then back up to CQB for the 5th flag being the center point. And then for the other team, it started at Power Lines. They went down to Vietnam, African Village, Fuel Depot, Embassy, and then to CQB for the 5th flag point. Based off of criticism from the first one, we changed it. So instead of that order, it was top of the trail, went to Haji Camp, then to African Village helicopter, back up to Mosque, down to the apartments, and then to Fuel Depot. Fuel Depot was the 5th point. So it kind of made like an S shape almost.
Gotcha.
And then instead of spawning out at the power lines, we moved them to Old Chapel Hill. They had to go Embassy, helicopter in the lower field, Newtown, Hacienda, then over to Fuel Depot. So both teams' 4th objective was inside of CQB, directly looking at one another.
You say like right across the street from
Yeah, pretty much. Because our entire intent there was to try and make it so that they would end up fighting each other in CQB to then try and dwindle each other out before going to Fuel Depot.
Yeah.
The way it played out, because Brian was top of the trail and Armani, who was the player commander, he was out at Old Chapel Hill. Brian bum rushed Fuel Depot to start the game and kind of took over that entire section of the field.
Okay.
Like the upper mosque area, the village area, which is fine. Armani's team was a little slow on the start. You were with him at the beginning of the game, right?
Yeah.
Well, hold on. What about like how were the players in terms of like coming up with squad leaders? How were the squad leaders? Did everybody use the app?
So if I had to put a number on it, I'd say about 70% of the players were on the app. Because even towards the end of the day, I was looking at it before, we ended with about 70, but on Aries Alpha, it only looks to be about 30 or 40 players. So I'm guessing about 70% of the players were on the app, at least from what I could see. I can actually go back and look at the hard numbers and find out.
Yeah.
But in terms of player commanders, obviously Brian does a great job. he got squad leaders going. He actually had an XO for this game, which was also a player. Armani needed a little bit of help in the beginning because this was his first time doing it. So trying to get dudes set up into like leadership roles as well as the medics and then the engineer class, because there was, I think we just put a hard number on 8 medics per team, because I remember giving each of them 8 medic armbands and then 3 engineers. So like him getting into the figuring out who's going to be a squad leader and then figuring out who's going to be a medic and then figuring out who's going to have the engineer armbands. He needed a little bit of help with that, which is totally fine. This is his first time doing it. Because I think, Dylan, you helped him with that as I was trying to get the game brief going.
Yeah, he was just randomly assigning people squad leaders. And then when we were lining up, everybody was just in disarray. So like, Brian will usually be prepared. He'll get his squads here and they'll all line up in a line like a typical event.
Yeah.
So I had to help him, line his squads up. And then from there it was like, who wants to do what? Who's looking to be an engineer? We filled 2 positions right away. And then we had a third that was just lingering around that eventually, I think one of the staff players eventually grabbed it.
I will say that the armband thing worked really well. We just used the high-vis armbands.
Yeah, I saw that video. Yeah.
So we used the high-vis yellow for medics and the high-vis orange for the engineers. And I said it during the game brief. I'm like, look, first off, I would love to see all of you stay on the field. But if you're going to leave, that's okay. I encourage you to stay till the end of the day. But if you have one of those specialized roll armbands, if you're going to walk off the field and you're not coming back, pass it off.
At least give it to the commander.
Yeah, we were like, give it back to your team commander. Or if you see another player, you're like, hey, I'm a medic. I'm not coming back. Do you want to be a medic? Just keep that armband on the field. Otherwise, you're like decreasing the assets that your team has.
Oh, you fucking, yeah.
And we saw that happen like 3 or 4 times.
Oh, good.
Yeah, the players were just like, I'm done. I'm tired. Maybe they wanted to go take a break that was going to be longer than like 15 minutes. They would just hand their armband off. They actually, most of them went back and found their team commander, as opposed to like handing it to Dylan or I, who were reffing. They would actually go find a player to give it to, which was fucking dope.
Nice.
What were the numbers like?
So it was about 170 players. I remember
173.
173. When we walked on, though, I remember only having about 145, 150, because there were still a bunch of players that were like eating lunch and hanging out in the parking lot. I remember as I'm like getting the last players on the field, like 10 dudes came up and go like, whoa, what team should I be on? I'm like, fuck. So
this is the importance of lining up when the game is called,
They're
man.
like, oh, our pizza got delivered late. I'm like, that's fine.
Take
but,
it on
like,
the field.
You
Like,
could have
whatever,
just
dude.
came to the game brief so we could have figured this out, because that group of 10 was a group of 10. I couldn't just be like, oh, 5 here, 5 here. So it's like, fuck, like whose team do I put these on real quick? Give them a game brief and a rundown. And I'm like, go up to your spawn and like talk to your team commander because you need to get scanned in. Yeah, we had about 145, 150 to start, which wasn't bad. It was great.
Yeah. Red team was prepared for sure. Like we put that list out of all the items that you should bring up on the field.
Yeah.
Dan told me that maybe 2 blue players had bags, some water, maybe a cooler. I'd have to say now probably 40 people. I mean, Red's respawn looked like a homeless camp.
Oh, good.
people
From all
showed
the
up with
bags and
carts.
stuff.
They were like wheeling carts out there like it was AMS. I'm like, this is
I
fantastic.
feel like the head count at the end of the game was greater than the last time we did.
Oh, it
Milsim.
was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
So
there was a lot of people there. It was cool.
yeah, the previous Milsim Day we started with about 130, ended with 32
Yeah, it was
in
like-
the group photo.
It was rough.
I looked at the group photo right before I came. There's like 60, 70 dudes in that, which, okay, the attrition rate isn't as high in terms of percentage, but we also did start with 170. So still having 70 players left, yes, less of attrition rate, but we could have hopefully, maybe next time we keep 100.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
I mean, that's the whole point to all of this. It's just, incremental improvement,
Yeah.
incremental, and not only from our side, kind of like developing this out further or fleshing it out further, but also from the player side, just personal goals, right? Like, all right, I came off after 2 hours. This time I came off after 3 hours. Maybe next time I stay the whole time,
Yeah.
and that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, we're using it as a test bed for other game assets and game features. Like Dylan was saying, we were fooling around with a prop that was meant to be shaped like a explosive device. We'll just call it that. And having players go out and like search for a blueprint and then take that blueprint and be like, oh my God, I need to find the parts for these. And then once they have that, actually trying to assemble it based off of the schematic that we gave them. So it's a little more complex than just like shoot the bad guy over there.
Sure. That's the point.
Yeah.
That's the point. How was team play?
I thought it was great.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Everybody, the teamwork was definitely there for sure.
Do Do you feel like the communication was going back up to the commanders and they were able to adjust and pivot?
Yeah. For red team, because I was with them for most of the day.
Who was commanding red?
Armani.
Okay.
He can definitely work on his comms a little more. Lots of uhs and paragraphs, but for the most part, he was on top of his team's radios all day.
Yeah, good.
Double checking people that were still connected. If squad leaders left the field, he'd find someone else with a radio, make them a squad leader, and get them on the frequency.
Dude,
Yeah.
the hot micing incident.
Oh, dude.
You're going to love this.
Dude, they hunted down someone that was hot micing.
And Tar didn't feather.
Found them right over here in the tavern. And they were kind of hanging out by the rock wall right outside of their CP. And they're just yelling into it, stop hot micing, stop hot micing. And I'm like, brother, you're not getting through. He's dominating the channel right now.
Yeah.
And then they heard a grenade go off. And then they heard the grenade go off in the microphone. They're like, okay, he's over there in CQB. They start getting there. They start hearing everything. And then finally, you hear through the hot mic, we found him. Hey, turn your radio off. And then, that's basically how it went. And then they just went on to to African Village, which is a movie.
They should have took his picture.
Like he had his
hanging him up
radio
on-
in like the worst spot, like under his arm.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Just every time he leaned his arm down, he would just like key up his radio. So they were just chasing him around. It took him like 10 minutes.
Did he have a headset? Or did he have like a push to talk or anything like that?
I think.
Because that'd be an awkward spot if you didn't.
Yeah, I think he did. But like with
I think
a
he had
thing.
like, the Mr. President mic.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Is there a setting on the Baofeng where you can
turn off the
disable
push to talk on the radio? No, because that's what I was gonna say. Most of the time, like that shit happens because you're like, oh, I have my like speaker mic or my
so you just
contacts.
throw your radio wherever?
There's
Right,
a
but
setting that
you can still press that key up button.
There's a setting where you can. Yeah, there's a setting that it's TOT.
Yeah, that's transmit over time.
Right. So if you hold it for more than the time that you have set to it, it turns
Right.
itself off.
Yeah,
So
but 30 seconds is a long time.
Right, but also think
Well,
about it,
you
30
can-
seconds, but then that dude lifts his arm up to like move the window or like grab a piece of his kit, and then he puts his arm back and now he's keying up again. And then if you're like, oh, well, I'll turn it all the way down to like 10 seconds. Now, if you have something legitimate to say over the radio,
Yeah.
that might not be enough time.
Break.
Sure, but you also, if you're using a speaker mic and your radio's back here, maybe you forgot that you have transmit over time set to 10 seconds. So you're standing there giving him a paragraph speech through a radio, which you shouldn't be doing anyway.
Yeah.
But you don't realize that half of it just got cut off because of transmit overtime. And so now you repeat yourself because you don't know where you started it, and it's just a vicious cycle.
It sounds like if you don't know how to use your radio, don't carry a radio.
But we want players to carry a radio so they learn how to use a radio.
We want, yes.
It's a learning experience.
We've said this before. Just having a radio and not using it, but listening to it is still immersive.
Yes.
And
You can't listen if you're hot mic.
he's like, man, nobody's talking on the radio.
You just got hunted down by a bunch of teammates. Like, we got him. What?
Got who? You.
You're hot micing the whole channel. Yeah.
Just,
That was
like,
hilarious.
They just pull his radio out and throw it up against the wall and it breaks. Like,
I'm going to
all
take
right,
your radio.
now we're good.
And I'm going to adjust a couple settings on it. So
Yeah, I mean, I will say with the day, a couple gripes with Aries that I don't know if it was my phone. Well, we do have a critique for the app. Somewhere along the line, they changed the color template for mission text.
Yeah.
So now, again, we had the same system as last time where at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, I would push the team commanders their missions. And I noticed they weren't accepting them. And they weren't accepting them not because of the same issue we had last time where they couldn't, after they did the first one, they couldn't fucking read them. And
Oh.
they couldn't read them because the background of the app and the color of the text were so close that
Oh,
you
God.
couldn't distinguish. There was
Really?
no contrast.
Nobody saw that. Like nobody
Yeah.
developed the amp was like, I want a dark green background and then a slightly dark green for the lettering.
Yeah.
That's a colorblind. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's colorblind mode.
So because of that, like Brian came up to me around like 4:30 and he goes, I left my commander packet in my CP. I've been out of it for like an hour and a half, just helping on the field, and I can't read them on the app. So I'm like, well, on one hand, I gave you the packet, which is a physical
that's-
copy. That's on you. But also, hold on, let me see what you're looking at. I'm like, oh, fuck, that sucks. So like Aries Alpha, I'm going to send him a like message on their forum maybe give us an ability to either change the color of the text or completely change it yourselves so that that doesn't happen again.
Black and white, man. Black and white.
Black and white would be ideal. And then right around 2:30, 3 o'clock, my phone bricked.
Oh, fancy.
Like the app forced itself closed. Every time I tried to reopen it, it would force close again, just kept crashing. I had to I tried resetting my phone. And then the moment I did that, I went, oh my God, the game was running off of my phone. I might have just closed the game out. Got it booted back up, still wouldn't work. I had to uninstall the app and reinstall it. And while I'm doing this, I'm like sprinting down the staging going, I need to pull it up on the computer and make sure the game's still running.
Yeah.
Because now I don't have that commanders chat with Brian and Armani. So they could be trying to message me going, what the fuck is going on with the app? But I have no way to get to them.
Yeah.
Thankfully, Dylan was with Armani and Dan was with Brian and they hadn't said anything. So I'm like trying to grab a random player like, hey, is the app working? Like, can you pull it up? And they're like, I don't have the app. That guy might. So I'm like running player to player. I'm just like, fuck it. I'm going to staging. Angel's looking at me. He's like, is everything okay? I'm like, I need to know if the game's still going. He's like, of course it's still going. You just came off the field. I'm like, no, on the app, damn it.
The digital game.
The digital game. Yeah. So slight issues with Aries, but it still ran smoothly. And when I watched the playback earlier today, everything went fine. There was no like gap in the time.
Yeah.
Which
Also, if you're that player that didn't download the app, download the freaking app, man.
yeah, it was a really
Drink
weird
the juice.
That was a really weird interaction with that player because he was taking a photo of me with his cell phone, and I was like, "Hey, do you have the app?" And then he's like, "Oh no, I don't know what you're talking about." I'm like, "Fuck, okay," and I just like kept running.
Download the app. It's free.
Yeah,
It takes 4 seconds to create an account.
a bunch of players like that was their first time using it because they had seen the post and they read about it and they're like, oh, how do I use Aries? I'm like, just scan the fucking
That's
QR
it.
code. That's all you need to do. And then they look and go, oh, this is fantastic. Like everything is already done. Yep, that's all you needed.
Like the minimum interaction with the app is so simple.
Yeah.
If you want to do more, there's more to learn. You can send messages and do all sorts of shit. But if you just want to open up your phone and see where your team's at, all you got to do is download it and scan something. That's it.
And we did change it to 500-meter UAVs, not 50-meter UAVs. So when they got used, they actually served a purpose.
The UAVs,
Yeah,
good.
the UAVs did get used. The EMPs we thought were going to get used, and they didn't. We'll have to make it a little bit easier to get those next time.
I don't think they should. I don't think they should be easy, dude.
Please.
Well, like this
We're
time
just trying to see how it
Plays out.
how it plays out. And then we can go from there. That's at least my
Yeah, because Brian had a valid
mentality.
point with the EMPs are active for 10 minutes. That 10 minutes seems like a lot, but that's the amount of time it requires to capture one flag.
Sure. Yeah.
So we were going a little overboard on this one. The way that the teams would access an EMP would be by capturing the other team's commander. So that would take the commander out of the fight for probably 10 minutes. Well, we're just assuming the 5 minutes of them being captured, taken to the respawn point where they turn over the EMP, then the 5 minutes of them walking back to respawn. So now your team commander is not on the radio and you can't use the app because you've been EMP'd. We were trying to fuck one team here and it never happened.
I think maybe with the EMP, it's something that you tell it's a mission, whatever, supply drop, whatever the fuck, that both commanders are fully aware of before the game. They know exactly what time it's going to be in play.
Yeah.
And then you just send them the location through Aries.
So we were talking about that
So
earlier.
Yeah, so you're kind of
So then they can
In the
already
ballpark,
like so they can be like, okay, it's gonna pop up at 3 p.m. Let me grab a squad or two and bring them back to the CP, brief them real quick, and then bloop, oh shit, it's 3 o'clock. There's the location, go, right? I think that would work a little bit better. Capturing commanders fucking hard.
Yeah.
fucking
So there was only one opportunity, which was I think Mitch and those guys went through like the 13 county flank
Yeah.
and came up on Brian and killed him, but the fraggle wasn't up yet. So,
Fancy.
but that was like the only opportunity. No, there was one more for the red team, which was up at the top of the hill. For some reason, the commander decided to push checkpoint and almost got captured, but his squad was pretty solid throughout the day, and they were able to move him out of there.
Nice. What do you think, Tyler, since you haven't said a word since we started?
I just had questions because I haven't looked at this app, but I know it's like ATAC pretty much.
It is, but it's streamlined for airsofters.
Is it similar to like the Desert Fox app where like you have
Yeah.
virtual flags and you can capture them?
Sort of, kinda. Yeah. So the Desert Fox app is paid. So like as a field, we would have to pay to use the app here. And then we could like geofence an area, and you could then set that as once a player walks inside on the app, they start capturing it. So Ares is free. But if you want to do abilities like that, you have to buy their props, which is something that's been looked at a few times, because then it's an RFID scanner. So the player would have to walk over and scan the RFID thing so that their team takes control of it on the app. Now the app will then track points. Right now, the way we're doing it is a mixture of essentially the virtual game and the physical game. So as refs, we're walking around every hour on the hour doing a flag check to see which team has which flags, but then scanning the points into Ares. So at the end of the day, we can tally all the points on the app and be like, here, look, here's the hard number. There's no arguing it. This is the actual amount that, red team got and blue team got. All the side missions are also worth points, but we're physically scanning those points into the app.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's like in the app they call them perks, and the perks are, gold bars, silver bars. I think there's just a points one, isn't there? Like
No, so the gold bar and the silver bar are the points accumulation ones.
Yeah.
You can adjust them.
Oh, good. And then there's UAV, EMP, that type of thing.
Isn't it a hack?
Yes.
What you're thinking about?
There's
Yes,
a cyber thief.
there's a cyber thief, so you can steal points from the other team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what they're doing is like the refs just have a printed out reusable QR code for 100 points, so that when they walk around and see the flags, they scan in to each team. Like, okay, they own that flag, 100 points.
Yep.
You know what I mean? If we get the props, which are little capture points, then they don't have to do that. So the props can be integrated into the digital world, and whoever's making the map can actually create polygons, and this capture point is connected to that virtual polygon. So that way, when this gets scanned or captured, it instantly changes on the app to the color of the team that captured it, and then it digitally collects the points that way.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say, I wonder how they're monetizing this, because it sounds like
That's how they're monetizing.
They're
it.
monetizing
Tons of work
Big
for them
time.
for free.
Big time. Like those, I think it's like almost $800 for
For
4 of those capture points. And we would need 8.
Okay.
Yeah. It's neat.
The more you play with it, the more ideas you have. Because like Dylan and I were working on a game of essentially kind of tug of war, or if you played Halo, like Oddball, where we would have to get another phone or an iPad that is on Ares Alpha as well. So it would have a signal, like a 4G plan, put it in a Pelican case, put it directly in the center of CQB. But then this would be a CQB only game. One team spawning behind the fortress, one team spawning at the backside of CQB. And on the map, you can see your zone. All you have to do is grab the box and bring it inside of your team's zone. Once you're in that zone, then we could be like, oh, we see they have the box in that zone. Start the stopwatch. So now for as long as that player on the map, which is the box with the phone in it, is in your team's zone, you're accumulating points. And then once it crosses out, timer stops. It's kind of like ShamWow, but with a moving prop that the players have to physically grab. And then you can take it a step further, use the beeper box that they've built. So the box is also screaming the entire time. So there's no hiding it. Everyone knows exactly where it is, but you can now track that prop on Ares Alpha.
Gotcha.
Only as the game master, though.
Only as
You would have to, if you
unless
had
we scan the box in as a game master.
or a ref.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could do that because then, only nobody could see it on the app, except for you. Like,
If you put it on red or blue team, then only that team would be able to see the box. But if you scan it in as a ref, both teams can see the refs.
I think you can do like 8 teams. And I was like, maybe you scan it in as a third team, but then
You would just have to have,
yeah.
you would have to have a UAV active the entire time for both teams.
They do have a prop though that will fulfill that role that can be visible.
But this is a fairly inexpensive, easy way to do it. But that's only with a prop where you just need to know the location of. In terms of tracking points on the app, we would have to have the boxes,
Yeah,
which would be cool.
it's neat. They have stuff for vehicles and all sorts of stuff, but
That sounds awesome. Now I'm like coming up with ideas. Like
Yeah.
spit away.
it kind of requires though everyone get on the app. It kind of messes it up if players
A little here, a little there. So like David said in the beginning, we can't force players to download the apps.
Yeah.
But if we transition over to a world where the game is being tracked through that app exclusively, then you're kind of inclined to. And if you're not, you can still play Airsoft, but you can't help your team in any way.
Yeah, you can't accumulate points. I mean, you could still. I guess the capture points can be operated by anybody, because they just have these like QR tags attached to them that are different colors, and then as game master, you would assign the team to each color. So there's still physical interaction with it, so they could still capture points and stuff, but they couldn't like scan UAVs. They couldn't like steal points from the other team or anything. Download the app, I guess is
So
what we're
good.
getting at.
Just
Download
download
the
the
fucking app. Like,
Yeah.
Download the app and then
but then the government will know where I'm
get
at. You have a
yourself a phone
fucking
carrier.
phone.
yeah, download the app, get a phone carrier, ZuluOutdoors.com.
Oh, I need to get one of those.
Right now I have them in multicam.
That works. Make multicam great again.
Yeah.
I'm
Plus,
gonna
multicam pouches on Ranger Green gear.
Download the app.
Thank you, Ant.
well said.
I wanted to be a part of the PSYOP.
You drink the Kool-Aid. Maybe we'll do a Richard and Dick. Richard doesn't know what the fuck's going on.
Richard does know what's going on.
Oh no, Richard does. That's right.
Richard
knows.
drank
Right.
the Kool-Aid. Richard downloaded the app.
Dick's just worried about his kills to death
Worried
ratio.
about his KD.
Putting little hashtags on his YouTube video. That's it. We put cameras all over you. And then here's Dick. He only plays for himself.
I have so many contours. We can do that.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Actually, Rich reached out. He wants to do it. So
Yeah, he told me.
because I want to refilm all that stuff. I didn't quite like the
It's all right.
the end product.
Well, we can redo them. I told Rich that because he wanted to do it like last Thursday. He's like, I have the day off. I'm like, we're going to wait till Dave gets back.
Yeah.
I was like, Dave's on vacation. Just let him come back and then we can worry about doing all this.
Oh, Dave was having a great vacation. I didn't think about Airsoft once.
Am I going to have to re-audition to play the role of Dick?
No, you're a good Dick. you that good Dick.
Didn't think about Airsoft once. Come on now.
I really didn't.
Well, you texted me.
Except for when I texted him.
Yeah, I was going to say, you texted me at like 11 o'clock Saturday morning. You're like, who's in registration? I'm like, Dave's watching the security cameras.
There was nobody in registration.
I was like, I'm in Chrono. I don't know what's going on. Like Angel and Kevin were supposed to be down there. Kevin,
You worked?
please, Kevin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rivera.
Yeah. It was his first day back.
Good.
Like dystopian boss, just cameras everywhere, and you're who's watching you like, what are you doing?
I was trying to talk. Later on, I saw that Angel, I think it was, Saturday. Had to be Saturday.
Yeah.
I saw he's down there, and I was like, Angel. And then he couldn't hear me. So then I switched cameras to the one that's like right near registration. And I was like, Angel. And then I looked, and I was like, oh, the fan's on. He can't hear shit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Is it hot?
Yeah. It was hot. It wasn't. So like today was hotter.
It's pretty hot.
Yeah. It was low 90s, like 70-ish% humidity. Like
You could see the
fucking
humidity. That's how humid it
Yeah,
was.
it's pretty
Yeah.
fucked up.
also on top of that, there was that whole like Canadian wildfire thing going on. So all of a sudden it just got super hazy at like 1 o'clock.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't hear about that.
Oh yeah. So Canada's on fire again. And the way
Canada, you stop it.
the way the wind works, like somebody else called me and they're like, "Are you guys still playing? Like, you know, there's like an air quality warning like going on." I'm like, "Yeah, we're playing. What? Why?" But then I noticed, I was like, "Oh my god, yeah!" Like it did get super hazy.
It's
all of a
immersion.
sudden. Yeah, you're fine.
Wait, were you guys playing? Wasn't it last year where the same thing happened, but the sky literally turned orange because of the smoke?
Yeah, that was last year.
Did you still play on those days?
Yeah.
Yeah,
No. Okay.
Yeah.
I was wondering.
If I can
Just
breathe,
smoke.
you can breathe.
people kept
Are you
calling
kidding me?
like, "Are you guys closed?" And we're like, "No,
No,
we're still
all
open."
these motherfuckers, dude. Everybody's such a pansy now. Everybody's fucking like vaping like it's going out of style, putting all this glycol in their fucking lungs.
What?
And then they're like, "Oh, there's a little bit of wood smoke in the air. I don't know. This might be dangerous." Shut the fuck up, dude. Shut up. I'm sorry. I'm
Do
on
I
a
have to
rant.
bleep that?
I'm on a rant right now because my buddy.
Good things happen.
My buddy dished out some fucking justice, and it felt good. And I want to be on that train.
Do I have to bleep any of that?
No.
Okay.
No.
You're just gonna find a little kid and just hold his face against the fire and be like, breathe it in.
Breathe it. It might make you stronger or kill you. And if it kills you, you're weak. Sorry. If fire kills me, I'm weak. Yes.
But the smoke was non-toxic.
Yeah. Thanks, Enola Gay. I make forest fires.
Fire starters.
Anyway,
Yeah.
download the app.
Download the app. It's a good time and it's actually worth using. And we did already start for the August night game.
Oh, the August night game. Yep. Go ahead.
Yeah, the August night game. We are going to use Ares Alpha. already came up with the game structure, and I'm going to start making the maps this week.
Are you working it?
No.
Who's working it? Okay. We got to talk about the next one, which is already on the schedule because somebody from Australia.
Yeah, that was super cool seeing that message. You got to it before I did. Normally, and I say this so nicely, if you ask us to schedule something around you, usually it's a hard no.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, like no. But this dude reached out and he basically said, you guys are awesome. I've been to your field before. I'm coming from Australia on vacation for 2 weeks. Is there any chance that you guys can make them next Milsim Day, August 30th? And then he sent a photo of his Australian passport sitting on top of a Zulu 24 dead rag with a Zulu patch, a snack bar sticker, and a Zulu outdoor patch. And I was like, fuck yes.
Yeah, I remember this guy. He came to Anthony's window one time.
Yeah.
And then Anthony's like, is that guy British? And I was like, he's in Auscam wearing an Australian flag. Is that guy British? Yes, Anthony.
Yeah, I remember you answered him and you're like, I'll talk to Dylan and Jordan. I saw it, screenshotted it, sent it to him, and he goes, yeah, absolutely. He's
Yeah.
like, we were already kind of like short list of ideas for when the next Milsim Day would be. It was going to be that weekend or the weekend before. So August 30th it is.
There you go. There you go.
It's a nice way to kick off Labor Day.
Yeah.
Oh, the end of summer hours.
Well, because that was another
Jesus.
that was another thing that came to my mind on Sunday. Milsim Day has been going until 6 o'clock. When we go back to 9 to 4, all of a sudden that game is going to be cut down from going from 2 to 6 to 2 to 4.
It doesn't mean we have to stop doing it. Look, we're not upcharging for it,
No,
so we can literally do whatever we want.
no, I know. That's why the first thing I went to was, well, would Dave be okay if we kept running Milsim Days till 6 o'clock and then we just kept the price at $40 for Milsim Day?
Okay, what does that mean for the refs that have to stay 2 hours later?
It would still have to be the current pay scale. Yeah. Well, that's why I'm saying on Milsim Days. That's why we can talk about it off air, but that was the first thing that came to my brain. I was like, oh, this is going to get weird real fast once we go back to 9 to 4.
I would be more open to it, like in
Or you start it earlier.
You could do that too. I'd be more open to it if, like in October after the time change,
Yeah.
when it gets dark quick.
Yeah.
I think it would be neat to extend it to 2 hours so that you play into the night.
That was the same thing that we started talking about once that idea came up, because we're like, he keeps saying Milsim Day should go into the night,
No.
and it's not ready for that.
No.
And then we talked about
He's saying till like 11 p.m.
yeah, no.
No.
And
That's
then
an
the
op-
idea got
that's an
thrown
op-
out. Yeah, exactly. The idea got thrown out in the last podcast of, well, what if we just did a Milsim night game? And I was like, well, once the time changes, we could just run it the normal way we do, and the last 2 hours are going to be at darkness anyway.
The only the crux of it is, we require tracers at night, and so like that subtle transition into night, like,
That's why I was like, this is going to get real tricky real fast.
and I think that we should still require tracers at night.
Yeah.
I think there's a way to do it. We need to be consistent on that. A, because it makes the nighttime play way better.
Yep.
And B, because I said so.
Well, I agree. No, I agree. And then it would just have to be something as simple as like, we would have to look at exactly when the sun goes down at that point. Like,
Or we just make a judgment call and say, hey, at 8:45, we're
Yeah.
switching over. That way it's a hard number.
Yeah.
Everybody knows they can bring up their shit. And even if it's like, the hard part is like, what about the guys who are on the front line?
yeah. Because it's like, oh shit, it's 8:45, guys. Sorry, gotta go get tracer BBs.
Well, can I shoot? Can I not shoot?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, they're going to shoot.
Yeah, you have to be a
I
little
mean, maybe-
forgiving with it.
Maybe there's almost like a 30-minute pause or 20-minute pause or something like that. Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
Keep it in your gear. Throw it in your backpack.
Listen,
Have 2 sets of mags.
yeah, I mean, I could do that, but
Yeah.
I don't.
Not every player can.
Yeah, and then there's always gonna be that one,
Yep. They're
they're
always.
and he'll have night vision. You know what I mean? Like, there's always gonna be that one.
Speaking of that, stop throwing fucking tag grenades at the field. I'm looking at you. Stop doing that. I had to yell at 2 players on Saturday for it. Stop throwing fucking tag grenades. I don't care if other fields allow it. No,
Have they changed them? I feel like they're not as loud as they used to be.
doesn't matter. Still not allowed.
Yeah, they're not. There are different ones, like the little tiny ones.
yeah, the AMG 6s or 4s.
4s or
Yeah.
something. Yeah,
So
Smoke
under
starting
no
up?
circumstances would you allow those.
they're illegal in New York. That's why it's not that I don't like them. I love them. I think they're fantastic. I think
they're
they add a lot. they are illegal in New York.
But the EG67s
Are also not looked upon.
Okay.
Here's the difference.
Okay, never mind. Cut this out.
Yeah, here's the difference. I can take an EG67 and crush it up in my hand. Tags look the part, and they're far louder.
Yeah.
What about the smokes? Are those
Smokes are
fall
also
into
illegal.
that? Okay.
Smokes
I'm just
are
making
also
sure.
illegal in New York. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had that question. So
And I've talked to 2 lawyers and a judge. So this is not just me Googling shit. Like I have talked to people who have degrees in law. And I'm not sitting in a basement in an armchair being like, well, actually, no, I've talked to the people who would prosecute me. Okay.
Right.
Like,
Yeah. But like
most cops don't even know that. Like
Saturday, I get it. I love tag grenades. I've used them extensively. I've gone to Milsim West and used them a fuck ton. And I feel like I have to say that as a weird flex to show the fact that I have enough of an instance of using these to be able to say it. If I look at you and say, hey, did you just throw a tag grenade? And you look at me and go, I don't know what I threw. I just threw a grenade.
you don't know. You don't.
Fuck you.
That's a answer.
Yeah.
Did you clean your room? I don't know. What do you mean you don't fucking know? You either did or you didn't.
I heard the pre-pop and I watched the spoon go with the grenade. And I went, that was a tag. And then I heard it and went, that was a fucking tag.
I don't know. That's a bullshit
And I
answer.
walked
Grow
up
a
to
set
the-
of fucking nuts.
And I walked over to the player and I was like, hey, did you just throw a tag grenade? And he goes, I don't know. I just threw it. And I'm
Fuck
like,
you.
Fuck what?
Fuck you. Fuck you and your.
I looked right at him and I was like, that's cool, man. I know you. You know me. If I see you throwing another tag grenade, stop. You know what? If I hear another tag grenade go off today, because I know your whole group has them, I'm throwing you all off. And he looked at me like I had scared the fear of God into him. And I was like, yep. It's
I
like,
don't know. Fuck you.
Don't do it. And I just looked and I was like, if I hear another tag grenade, I'm finding you first.
Is it a group that I would know?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I've had suspicions for like a while.
Yeah. And I just like look at him and I'm like, I'm not doing this. I was like, you guys don't come here a whole lot, but you come here. And I was like, I don't care where you normally play. Same thing with the medic yes, medic no. That happened on Saturday too.
Okay, you're a low T. You might need to bleep
I
that.
do need to bleep that. Oh,
You might need to cover my mouth.
yeah. I literally was sitting in CQB, watched the guy get shot, and he just went, medic, yes. And I turned around and looked at him and was like, nope, we're not doing that here. And he looks and goes, oh, sorry, different rules for different fields. I was like, yep.
Yeah, you
Yeah, we're
like
not
what
doing
the
that.
fuck, dude? Man. See, I'm riding that high. You know, mugshot on a mugshot.
Dave's
Fucking
right.
riding that high, dude.
And I just looked at him and I was like, nope.
God. Oh, I'd love to slap a hoe. Like, just fucking. Oh my God,
I looked
dude.
at him and I was like, yep, I don't know what field you normally play at, but you're not. Nope, we're not doing that here. It's medic or buddy aid
Yeah.
or
I don't know where that started, but I'd like to go there and just like end the
Yeah.
cycle, dude. Like
end the cycle.
Like if I got a time machine, most people are like, I'm gonna go back and kill. I'm like, I'm kind of doing the same thing, and I'm gonna go back and find that guy and just be like,
You can't end the cycle. I tried.
The cycle will continue.
oh my God.
But yeah, so like when you called me Saturday night and you're like, how'd it go? I wasn't going to bother you with all this little bullshit, but like that's some of the stupid shit that happened during the day.
That's not even that bad to me.
The game ran fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like we had the normal stuff, like rental players trying to take their iPro off and we'd fucking stop that. Like, but that's also, to be fair, circling all the way back. That's the fun part about Milsim Day. You get a little bit of like what you would with an op,
Yeah,
but the rental players can still have fun.
sure.
And that's like the end goal here, to me at least, is making sure, yes, we're building a little bit of leadership and we're getting players more accustomed to like the op style, but also we still want everybody to have fun.
Sure. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
It's all for the greater good of making the actual events that much better by, everybody participating and getting on. But
Yeah.
there's a large portion of that you're probably going to have to flip out.
I know. That was like blood boiling when he's just like, I don't know what I threw.
I just
Fuck
spent like
you.
5 days speaking to adults about adult things, and it was.
Some very
I have to-
strategic bleeping.
I have to dumb my brain down again to that level.
You hear bleepable content. I hear the intro to this episode.
That's true. That's also very true. Dave slapping that water bottle is going to be in the intro. Oh God.
just play the clip, but mute
Slap
all
a
the
hole.
audio
Oh no.
If I'm
and
a-
put it in the beginning so people think their audio's not on, and then it's just the water bottle, and then boom.
I'm Chief Slapaho. Get over here from the Slapaho tribe.
So
You're probably gonna have to believe that.
I was going to say, yeah.
So otherwise, the game ran the way that it did.
You ruined it.
Well, he
I
didn't.
did.
ruin
So
nothing. You didn't ruin nothing.
last episode, I was like, I want to get on
Armani's team.
I was like, I want to be on Armani. He was my squad leader for the last one. I want to be like his XO or whatever, help him out. I had to work, and I happened to be doing Milsim since like 5 a.m. that morning, and I got to the field here at like 5:15, so there's 45 minutes left. I was already like in kit, like
in full regalia.
face paint and everything, and I was like, all right, let's grab my gun and a couple mags. Let's go do some Milsim. Last time I spoke to you about it, you
Right.
told me Armani would be spawning top of trail.
Right. And
so
the
I went up
reason
to
told
Angel.
you that was because Brian said he wanted to try it out at Power Lines. And then we still did the coin flip, and Armani won. And then Armani picked all the way out there. That's all I'm saying.
So anyway, I went to Angel. I was like,
To keep his team on the field.
But they were prepared too. That was
Yeah.
the thing. They had it was like an airport. They just had all this luggage and coming up on the field, ready to go.
Fuck yeah.
I was like, Angel, what team is top of trail? Blue. Cool. Blue armbands go on. I get up there. I was like, where's CO? He's over there. I go over to CO, and I'm like, it's Brian. Like, that's not Armani. I was like, fuck. I wanted to show up last minute, like ready to go. Like your Centurion guard has arrived. You know?
Late as fuck.
Chirarf is here, but we're late as fuck.
Super late. Ended up joining Brian's team. At that point, I was like, all right, I might as well Milsim. Brian's like, we have full field domination. I was like, okay. So like we go through CQB. Brian, there was a bunch of guys with Brian. He was like, just follow him, like referring to me, because they were out on the field all day, but like I was more gassed than them probably. But I was like, all right, charge, Milsim. So get through CQB. There's like a couple guys there. Get to Embassy. We see Red like in their spawn, in their PB. And then I see Alex, the ref, just walking down the trail between Dirty Mike Shack and Embassy. He was on Red. He was carrying a dummy.
Again.
Again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah, he really likes.
He made
going
that
after
his specialty.
He has farmer strength. Like, we're going to get to that. So,
Like he still cuts grass with a scythe.
yes.
Brother,
Yeah.
where we put that dummy and where they found him with it, it's kind of ridiculous that he's willing to do that by himself.
Which also, you didn't, like, no one could find it.
Yeah.
So finally, he just walks over and he had taken a photo of the dummy. For context, like the northeast corner of the AO, there's a swamp,
Basically,
like all the way. No, sorry, southwest.
Yeah.
Southwest corner, like where the power lines meet the edge of the property.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's a swamp there. They put them right at the edge.
put
of
it on
swamp.
the edge of the cattails where the
Oh, geez. Isn't there a rock wall there?
no, there's like a
rock
small
walls.
clearing where the deer go to drink the water, so I put it right there
And he walks over to Alex with a photo of it and just goes, "Here."
because
Just so
nobody
you
had
know.
found it,
Yeah.
and we took a picture in case nobody had found it because. Well, the whole point was for them to build the device. And if no one ever got the schematics, we kind of had to be like, hey, and
Yeah.
here's a generalized photo.
And Alex just looks and goes, "I know where that is." And he
he does.
fucking gets it.
Is there a way to send photos in the app?
Yes.
Oh, so you
Yeah.
can send that to the.
Yes, because the contingent was if no one found it. Besides that, I had the photo of the blueprint on my phone.
That's it.
And I was just going to forward it to both team commanders and be like, "Here you go."
Oh, I don't even know that's that.
You're a dick for putting that out there.
Dude, I put the flight recorder like all the way on the edge of the field over there. Player found it first 45 minutes of the game.
Yeah.
So
That's
I was
why-
like, this time I was like, you're going to have to want it. You're going to have to look for it. You're going to have to want
and
it.
not to cut Anthony off too much more. I'll let you finish.
Yeah.
His head's about to pop.
Leading up to this game, one of the things I had asked Dave was, "Hey, can we establish a hard, like, what's the western boundary of the field?" Specifically because we were trying to make it harder to find that one. And it's like, because kind of on Aries, like, there's no, on this side, there's the lake and there's a yellow rope that runs around it. Staging, power lines. On that side, we just arbitrarily say, like, the sea of pricker bushes that you're not going to get through without a machete and a flamethrower.
Which don't exist anymore.
Yeah, which
they all
kinda
went
just
away.
died.
What the fuck?
So I meandered out there on a vision quest on like a Wednesday to try and find a spot for that. And I'm looking going, well, one, the Sea of Prickers is gone. Two, there's a couple areas out here we could use for a respawn that would be pretty fucking dope. But also, can we establish a hard western boundary? Because I don't know where's fair and where's not. And when he told me, he was like, just like don't be a dick. I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
that's
very,
fine.
it's a porous boundary. We'll say that.
Yeah.
So I'm on Jackson Road right now.
And I was like, well, I know those 2 clearings over there are definitely out of play because we don't have that property, but there's no line. So I found the rock wall and I was like, we'll call it that. So I like made a couple data points on the Aries map while I was out there. And I'm like, I'm going to make sure that red line rides that fucking rock wall.
Yeah.
Which is how it is currently because we wanted to make that one really hard to find. But
I mean, technically, that rock wall is the property line.
well, then I found it,
Oh, hey, there you go.
as you were saying.
Yeah. So we see Alex with the dummy. In
So
that
anyway,
trail.
it was like,
He gets shot. There was like a friendly blue and like little bush ambushed him. It was actually pretty Milsim. I didn't even know. Like you wouldn't have guessed that guy was there. It's like good shot.
if only you'd looked at your app.
So Alex is there. He's like standing over the dummy that he dropped because he got shot. And he's like, if you revive me, I'll tell you where the whatever it was. And I was like, are you dead? And he's like, yeah. I was like, act like it.
Get wrecked.
Yeah. So I was like, yeah, no, I was not going to revive him. I was like, get on the ground. I bullied him a bit, only because he's
He's staff. It's all right.
he's a newer ref. Bring back bullying. So
he
we
got
had-
Georged
he got George.
Did he get George?
at my house.
Yes.
Yeah, Alex
Yes.
got Georged. Him and
Josh.
Josh.
No.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I thought Jonathan. Oh no,
Jonathan left.
He left.
He knew it was coming. He beat feet. Anyways,
It's not hazing.
not if it's voluntary. Come on.
Back in my day, anyway. So we had the dummy.
The ref Olympics.
Yeah.
Bobbing for bananas.
There was some blue players there. I was like, all right, let's get this dummy up. Some guy volunteered to carry it. It was like, cool. I was looking at the time. I was like, looks like the last thing we're going to do today. So mind you, Alex died in the trail between Dirty Mike's and Embassy.
Oh yeah, you're out there.
He was dead. We made it.
Their respawn was like, or their CP was probably very close to that.
Yeah.
Right. So we traverse up to mosque. Guy carrying the dummy is getting like tired, pushing up the hill. I was like, just push, bro. You got this. Like, this is the last
Didn't
push.
volunteer to relieve him. Was just like, you got it, push.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One more mile.
Yeah.
Oh, my knees hurt, man.
He's throwing up on his chest. Anthony's like, good job. Come on.
I was probably throwing up on my chest like a couple hours prior to that. So yeah, by the time we get to mosque and there's like that street going through mosque, Alex appears on the other end of mosque, like near our CP.
Oh yeah.
Like the most Cartoon Network shit. Like he could have actually ambushed us, but he didn't. He did the most Cartoon Network thing ever. He pops out like, surprise, motherfucker.
Give me my dummy back.
So killed him. And
Oh no. He was probably so gassed.
no, he wasn't. He was like, I'll be back. Because I was like, all right. So
I believe him.
Still red as a tomato, though.
yeah. We brought the dummy back to the CP. I was like, we should probably pull security because Alex will be back. Like, he took all of his kit off. He
You
was
hear
just-
you hear one twig snap behind you, and you turn around and you just see a raccoon hat coming up. And it's like, ah!
That's what I was waiting
Dude,
for.
he was a medic and he had the medic armband wrapped around the tail on the raccoon hat.
God.
Because we told players they can put that band, since just to play with the mentality of it,
Yeah.
anywhere above the belt line, but it has to be visible.
Yeah.
So people just, doubled up. Some Alex put it around his thing. Some people put it on like the back arm, the back
Yeah.
strap
Yeah,
of their
yeah.
plate
We told him,
carrier.
we're like, armbands go on the arm, but this is your medic armband.
Yeah.
Or your medic band. Not
I'll have to get different colors because I mean, high vis. The argument could be made like, you give him my position.
but it was real easy to see who the medic was.
Oh sure.
Yeah.
I can get white ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were working with what we had.
So yeah, we were defending the CP, and some other guy tried to like sneak out onto the CP to steal stuff. Shot him. There was like a minute left. I was like, all right, you're our prisoner now. So I was like, come back to the CP. So he was like, okay. So we brought him back to the CP. I was like, all right, this tree is the prison. All right. I was like, so you're going to be here. I looked at the time. It was like 6:01. I was like, all right, you have negative 1 minute and 2 seconds to tell me where your leader is. They called Index. We walk off. And where my original intent was to be there all day and help Armani, I thought I could swoop in the last second to be like, I'm here, bro. Like I said, I'd be here. I made it. And I ended up joining the wrong team. And that was the game point. That dummy, like that is what made that team win.
So you were late, joined the wrong team, completed a frago that ultimately beat Armani.
Yeah.
There were ultimate treachery.
That was one of the 2 win conditions, was either they didn't lose that dummy
Yeah.
and then they won by 100 points. So
Yeah.
then it would have been 11 1100 or 1150 to 1350.
Yeah.
And then the second win condition was that they had to take back their CP and then take back the Chinook. And if they did that, they would have won by 50.
Yeah, but that would have required 20 minutes.
Way
Yep.
to go,
They didn't
Anthony.
have 20 minutes.
Do you feel good about yourself? You swooped in, your quasi-staff, and broke the game for your buddy Armani.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Fucking good job,
It's
Andy.
like I see somebody out there calling a Jade Nam. It's like it was your own guys.
Yeah.
He was the first person you asked for when he showed up. He said, "I'm here.
You
Where's
were-
Anthony?" And I said, "Brother."
I'm so sorry.
I said he abandoned you.
You were Bo Bergdahl.
I have Milsim too hard for the enemy.
Yeah. Which is true. Yeah, he
all
did
right.
show up and he was like, "Where's Antec?" We're like, "Ah, he's not."
August 30th, you can redeem yourself. I want to play that one. I don't want to be commander. I just want to. I'll be a
just wanna
squad
play?
leader. I'll be a squad leader.
Well, so that leads us into the idea that we had, because Armani is showing interest in wanting to do it again.
Fuck yeah,
Mm-hmm.
he did a great job.
There was another dude that was here where he said he had messaged through the website. You
Yes.
may have seen it, you may not.
I told him, I was like, show up to the, because I knew I was going to be here. I was
Right.
like, show up to the Milsim Day. Tell the staff that you want a leadership role.
I
Correct.
think I took his number down.
Good.
He also was Brian's XO for the day.
Okay.
Okay,
then
yeah, I have his number.
We stopped and we're like, okay, so what if we reversed it? So next time around, potentially,
Yeah.
that guy be the CO for one team, Armani be the CO for the other team, Brian be the XO, you be the XO.
I don't want to be the XO.
Well, no, we were just saying that was the idea we had, because then if worst case scenario, if something goes south, there's at least someone there where we know if they had to step up and take charge, they could.
Sure. Not only that, but we could be like, hey, because we know the terrain, maybe it's better to do this.
Yeah, and that's totally
or-
fine too.
Or, hey, that squad, just to catch the shit that
Yeah.
I would have loved to have had an XO to have maybe phone signal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's differences in Verizon and Sprint, or Sprint even a thing anymore.
T-Mobile now.
T-Mobile, yeah, sorry. I'm
AT&T.
old, all right. Yeah.
We're holding XO auditions. Requirement must be Mint Mobile.
Cricket Wireless.
No,
Oh.
Bell Atlantic.
Yeah, because Dan had asked a question that I didn't think of, and I don't think Dylan had thought of. He's like, what happens if one of the team COs quits? And I was like, fuck, I don't have an idea for
Okay,
that.
if you're going to be a team CO, you cannot quit.
Yeah, I was
Like that's, if you quit as a team CO, like find another field. You're going to be bullied.
To the ground.
well, like when we were talking about the fact that this kid Armani was coming in to be the team CO, this was like a week or two before the game. Dan goes, okay, but like, what if he quits? And we're like,
That would be detrimental.
that would be detrimental. I don't have a contingency made up for that yet. Like, this is how we establish SOPs. Like, something happens, and I just went,
Then blue team wins.
yeah, we're
You
just
know,
like, well, fuck. Hopefully, we find someone in that moment.
Then we play ShamWow with the helicopter. Like
There was no way he was quitting that day, though. I'm pretty
No.
sure he brought his dad.
Yeah,
yeah, he when he was one of my squad leaders, dude, or he was your squad leader. He was fantastic. I mean, he was all in it. Like
Yeah.
he was all in it. Yeah.
yeah, they showed up ready. Like, from the moment we saw them on Saturday, I'm like, yeah, there's no way he's quitting. Like, that's not happening.
They didn't have the best snacks, but they had snacks.
Yep.
Whatever.
Cheeto Puffs, probably the worst thing. You just
Dry mouth.
Might as well do a spoonful of cinnamon.
Oh yeah, right. I brought my cinnamon as my snack.
It's got a box of Cinnamon Toast Crunch and no milk.
Oh God, Raisin Bran, straight. I brought my MRE crackers.
Which that was kind of one of the big pushes to why when Anthony said he wanted to play and be on his team, I was like, good, that's the backup plan. If he quits, it's Anthony.
Oh God.
Better than nothing.
Yeah. Is it?
Yeah. Depends
a
on-
bad plan is better than no plan.
I would actually not be. I don't think I'd be a good CO.
I know you wouldn't be a good CO.
Yeah.
You can't even.
You want to try the next Milsim Day?
You can't even do a game brief for ShamWow,
do.
dude.
Oh,
two, they're kind
no,
of
but
an-
opposite teams, because I want Tim versus Bob.
I think.
Yeah, exactly.
I think Tyler actually would be a good CO.
Tyler would be a fantastic.
Hey,
CO.
Tyler, what are you doing August 30th?
I'm gonna actually be going on vacation if
Fucking lame.
it gets approved by my boss.
Where?
We'll see. I'm gonna go climb Mount Everest.
Okay.
Okay, fine.
Oh no.
Okay.
I'm not gonna summit. I'm not gonna summit because the amount of time and the amount of money and the level of risk
And training.
is way too high. Like you have to be there a month. It costs like $30,000,
Ooh.
and like it's super dangerous. I'm going to base camp, which is still a lot, but
What's a base camp elevation? It's like 15,000 feet or something.
I'll Google it.
I don't know off the top of my head.
Didn't like a bunch of people just die in base camp because it was like an avalanche?
There's like an earthquake or something, but it's
Yeah.
not gonna happen to me.
300 years from now, you just thaw out of the ice, and they're.
Yeah. They call you old green boots when they walk by.
If you said like Six Flags, I was gonna be
17,000.
an
I'm
asshole.
going on vacation to Six Flags.
Yeah.
That would be the lamest fucking vacation.
Yeah.
17,598.
That's still pretty fucking high, man.
Yeah.
Still high.
Yeah.
3.5 miles up, dude.
Yeah. It's gonna be interesting. All my vacations have always been like touristy ones, and so this is my first time where like, no, I'm going and it's gonna be kind of suffering a little bit, but I love stuff like that.
Do it.
So
Do you think that going to the base camp, once you get there, you might be like, oh, I got to do it?
maybe later.
Yeah,
not,
that's what I mean. Yeah.
Not right now.
Yeah. You haven't set it up, but I mean that maybe that bug will get in you. Like, so if I did that, I'd be like, I only came halfway. Like,
Yeah.
actually, that's only a third of the way. Actually,
I have thought about that.
yeah.
We'll see if I get the bug. I might get up there and be like, fucking, thank God this is over. Like, now we can go back.
barely breathe. Holy shit!
The Sherpas are dragging down frozen corpses. You're like,
While
okay.
smoking 3 cigarettes.
Yeah. Why don't those guys get like any credit? Like each one of those Sherpas have been up like 10 times. They like no oxygen. They're carrying all the rich people's shit. And then the rich people get up there like, this is the greatest achievement of my life. And he's like at the summit. There's like a pile of cigarettes at the top of the summit. He's just like flicks it in. He's like, all right, number 72.
Yeah.
Like, fuck that.
They're racing to see who could go 100 first.
Is that what costs $30,000 to go up to summit? It's like the people that go with you.
Wait, what do you mean? The people that go with you?
Like what about going to summit costs $30,000?
Oh, I haven't done the research, but you're in country for like a month because you have to get up there, acclimate, kind of train at base camp. You can't just go straight up. Like you have to hang out, and so that length of time with the Sherpas and the people who take you up there probably costs a lot of money.
Gear.
Yeah, the trip there actually is not that expensive for like an international trip. For how long I'm going, it's really not that expensive.
How much was the flight?
You can get a flight to Kathmandu in Nepal, round trip for $800.
That's not bad.
Wait. Is that crazy airport? It's got like the shortest runway ever.
It's so another risk. The airport you have to go to after you get to Kathmandu, you have to fly domestically in the country to Lukla, and that is the most dangerous airport in the world. But apparently, the flight is like one of the most beautiful flights ever.
In Microsoft Flight Simulator,
Yeah.
I tried to fly into that and died every single fucking time. It's like this. Dude, it's like
the one
this.
where you see all the shorts. They're like, we're going to try and take off from the shortest runway with the biggest plane.
Yeah, like the runway is at this absurd angle so that when planes come in, they kind of use gravity to
Yeah.
stop. It's like the runway is the size of a soccer field or something. Like it's incredible.
Also, the weather changes super rapidly up there. And so you can kind of be stuck there for a few days, because if the weather's bad, too bad. We're not they're not going to take that risk. It's already dangerous enough.
Yeah.
I think it's awesome that you're going. I think when you're old and you're telling people like, "Oh, I went to Everest," they're gonna be like, "Oh, you summited Everest?" You're like, well,
Something like that.
I went to base camp. They're gonna be like, "Oh,
I'll just show
cool.
them a picture of base camp and I'll be like, yeah.
This was on the way down."
Yeah.
And you're just like, you feel like, man, you look really good, actually.
I haven't looked at any pictures because I kind of want it to be fresh when I see it. But I have looked at people who made it to base camp, and some people look happy and some people look fucking haggard. They look like they're just like, I made it.
They saw 8 people die.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Well,
I had a question. When are you guys gonna do drones for Airsoft for Milsim Day? I was excited when you guys mentioned that a while ago.
The FAA
Talk to the
still
FAA
has
there,
not
kiddo.
gotten back to me.
there's paperwork on paperwork. Apparently, when they fly a bunch of geologic survey drones in Jersey, everybody gets all uptight. Yeah.
Well, it starts
yeah.
to make sense when you start to see things like, I don't know, a tractor trailer sneak into another country.
Right.
And then just deploy 30 drones out of the back, and they may or may not be flown by AI. I get it. I totally understand why they wouldn't want the airsoft field flying a drone right next to a government installation. I get it.
It's a big risk, and we don't have a good way to counter it right now.
No.
Yeah. Dude.
Shotgun, birdshot. That's about it.
Fiber optic cables too. So it's like they're fucking flying around. No, not even that. You could try to radio jam them. Not going to work anymore because they started switching to fiber wire. So I saw a wild video earlier today. They were just laying in the woods waiting for it to fly by.
I've seen that one.
Yeah, and as soon as the drone flies past them, they see the fiber cable and they're like, okay, cut it. And they're like, cut it with a fucking pair of scissors, and you just see the drone like 500 feet away just explode. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, this is what we're getting at? A pair of medical scissors stops the drone? Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, but they have a clear ass picture.
Yeah.
You know,
The drone exploded.
Yeah, because
Yep.
it
hit
hit
the ground.
something.
Yeah, hit the ground, or yeah.
When you cut the cable, it just continues the last command that it received. And so it's just going to keep going until it bumps into something, and then it did and exploded.
There was another one that played right after it where another drone saw a fiber optic cable like transmitted drone. So it flew its rotor blades through the cable, cut it, and then sat there and watched while it like spun in circles till it hit the ground. That one didn't explode.
Yo, after this war's over, like the the FPV drone scene in Ukraine is going to be absolutely wild. Like they're going to be doing stunts and like, you know, those races where they have to like race.
Why are
through-
they the best in the world?
I wonder why.
Yeah, dude, like Team Ukraine and Team Russia are going to be fucking phenomenal at this shit.
They're just racing the empty trenches that are left over.
Oh, whatever. Yeah, dude.
The one dude's like, I have pre-map knowledge.
Yeah, right. Oh, I've been there. Hey, sucks to be SIG right now.
Oh,
Oh,
my
yeah.
God. And Barrett too.
I
What happened
found
to Barrett?
So, okay, P320 is dropping everywhere.
Killed a dude.
Yeah, I killed an Air Force guy.
Yep.
The new Barrett bolt action that SOCOM's been using, there's a video floating around of it on the range. Dude goes to pull the trigger. Nothing happens. Taps the bolt. Fucking rifle goes off.
That's not great.
That's not great. And it's like either a 338 or...
But he had to pull the trigger first.
Yeah, so he's sitting there and you see him like it was like a sniper instructor course.
Yeah.
Going to shoot, pulls the trigger, you hear it click, nothing, and he goes, okay, watch this. Taps the bolt handle with his fucking palm, rifle goes off.
So, well, I mean, SIG just goes up.
Yeah, SIGs just goes off, and somebody finally found a pretty good,
Yep.
well, besides the guy dying, a good explanation for it. I forgot the YouTuber's name. I can throw him on screen. He did a breakdown where he showed with a caliper, he like moved the trigger like a 64th of an inch.
It was less than a millimeter.
Yeah. And the moment he did that, as soon as you touch the slide, move it around a little bit, it'll go off.
Yep. And it was repeatable.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then SIG was like doubling down for like
it
the
ends
last
today.
you know, like,
So
God, dude.
what? The 4 basic rules of gun safety.
Treat every gun like a SIG.
Yeah. Well, that's the comment. It's, always obey rule number 1 of gun safety. Treat every gun as if it was a P320.
So now what exactly happened though? Like what led to the gun going off?
Oh, he
was it
put it down on the desk.
Was it the person, the owner, I guess, or the user, or was
Yeah,
it
yeah,
like
yeah.
me putting my gun?
No. The owner, he put it down on the desk and it went off.
Oh shit!
Yeah. And SIG's like, oh, it's user error, it's freaking bad gun safety and all this shit. And there's so much evidence. There's like cops, it was going off in their holsters. Dude. Like nobody's touching it, just like firing in their holsters.
You guys just sound like anti-Second Amendment grifters.
Yeah.
What are you reading the
That was-
internet, looking at evidence, hearing customer testimonies?
No, there is no evidence.
You're an anti-2A grifter.
Yeah.
I'm glad we know what side you're on.
Yeah.
I own multiple SIG handguns. I don't own a P320 for that fucking reason.
It's also so funny like, how they blamed anti-2A grifter. Like people who are anti-Second Amendment probably have no fucking idea what's going on with
No, they're
like,
not. Yeah, they're not watching.
Like, no, they just don't like
there's
that.
montages of it going off in cops holsters.
Yeah.
Like a
there's-
dude, there's a recent body cam footage. He was like messing with a pair of keys, and you see it on the body cam. He's like going through his key ring, gun goes.
I saw a video. They added a mod to Arma. So
Yeah.
that if you're using a P320,
Yeah.
it randomly goes off in your holster.
Yeah, it's for Arma 3 and Arma Reforger. It's a 1 in 10,000 chance that simply moving your character will make your P320 go off.
That's fucking awesome.
Is that a 1 in
is that
10,000
per
chance
movement?
every time you move?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a 1 in 10,000
That's-
chance every time you move.
That's fucking great.
Yeah,
dude.
Lucas shared it, and he was like, I wonder how long until somebody gets this taken down.
Nah, they won't. It's Armor 3. Get wrecked.
Yeah, it'll just repopulate back into the mod community. Ian from Forgotten Weapons did a very good video explaining it, and it's part of the trigger issue, which makes a lot of sense. So I fired a P320 a couple times. You guys own Glocks. When you when you go to fire a Glock, when you're pulling the trigger, you're physically pulling the striker all the way back, and then it's releasing when you hit the brake. The P320, it starts to the rear. So SIG's way of making a nicer trigger pull on a striker fired gun was starting at where when you rack the round into the chamber, the striker is already to the rear.
Yeah.
So it makes a nicer trigger pull. But if there was to be a situation where all 2 or 3 internal safeties on that were to fail, when the firing pin drops, it's dropping all the way.
Yeah, of course.
On a Glock, even if the round's in the chamber, that firing pin is already forward. So if the internal safety were to fail, it would just tap the primer and it wouldn't go off. You don't hear Glocks going off in their holsters because the firing pin's in a different position.
Because they did it right.
And when SIG does make a striker fired gun, the P365, that doesn't have that same feature and it's more like a Glock where the firing pin's all the way forward, shockingly, there's no instances of the P365 going off.
Huh.
And that's not copium from a SIG user. I hate the fucking 320.
I don't like this. I don't like shooting your guns. They're
Yeah, I like them.
poo-poo.
I have a 229 and a 226. I like both of them, but they're also hammer action. They're not striker fired guns.
Yeah.
All you need is a Glock. And that's all you need, brother.
So I thought about buying like a 43 or a 48, especially after seeing Evan's 48. I still don't like it.
The 48's the skinny concealed.
Yeah, it's this.
I don't like those.
No.
The trigger's the same, but the gun is smaller and a
Yeah.
lot lighter. So it jerks when that trigger breaks.
Right,
Yeah.
but then I shoot like one of our other friends says the 365, the X Macro. I like that gun. It shoots flat. I like the trigger. I like the grip angle. It's probably going to be my next gun. But like shooting the Glock versions, there's a reason why there's so many tutorial guides on how to make the 43 MOS or the 48 MOS as good as the 365. Just buy the 365.
Or just don't get a little baby girl gun.
I want one.
Okay.
I'll turn into it. Yeah, no, I want one.
All right. Let's take a break. And we'll be back. Dude, they put nukes on everything. Like after the 50s, dude, they were just like, I wonder if we can put nukes on bullets.
I don't know how true this is, but I thought I saw a fat electrician thing about guys that were willing to strap
Yep.
nuclear bombs. Right? Well, it was what was it? World War II?
No, it was post World War II, Cold War era. I forgot the name of the program.
The Ranger
but
guy, right?
Yeah, they would basically jump out of an aircraft with their kit, and then strapped between their legs would be like a small man portable size fucking
Nuclear bomb.
And their whole thing was to set it and then fucking leave.
Well, as long as Sig didn't make it, he should have been fine.
What would even be the point? Like, you have to set it, and then you have to. How far
Run.
would you have to go? Yeah.
Run. Find a rock.
It was not a large scale. It was like a terrain denial nuclear weapon. Because
Yeah,
you
they
got to
had the-
remember, a lot of like the nuclear deterrent strategy was that if Russia, like, let's say, crossed over into West Germany during the Cold War, was like a strategy of basically nuclear wasteland to create something they couldn't cross easily.
It was like our scorched earth
Yeah.
policy.
Basically, just make a new border that's nuclear wasteland.
I think that it's
crazy.
Did you guys ever watch? Oh shit! My mind. I had it, and then my mind went blank. It's where the U.S. goes through some sort of civil war type thing, and then the victors kind of create this class society. Handmaid's Tale. You ever watch that?
No. I heard it's good.
Well, there's like a nuclear wasteland because during the war, like nukes were used, and if you're a bad Handmaid's Tale or handmaid, you get sent there to do some work and die.
God damn.
Oh,
They're,
shit.
they're like mining for nothing.
Not gonna lie.
It's a good series. The actress who plays the main character I hate her face. I can't look at her face.
I swear to God, Dave, I thought that show was about chess. I swear to God. Like what?
No.
Like I was like, oh, the handmaid. Like I'm like, oh, she's probably good at chess. Like
Okay.
there was that.
So the whole
It looked like that one movie that came out about the chess lady that was really
Yes.
good, and it.
we watched that one.
Oh, okay.
No. So a handmaid is basically a vessel for babies. So handmaids are picked because they have had children either before the war. They're fertile, right? And apparently, the whole thing that kicks off the war is basically religious
Zealotry.
Yeah, I didn't know if that was the right word. Because humanity is having a fertility crisis. And they're blaming like, oh, you're a working mother? Like, why aren't you at home making more babies and like and then this revolution happens, and so the victor side is like the religious zealot side. And so if you have had a baby in the past or could be fertile, they like scoop you up, and then you live in the household that wants a baby, and then the husband
Got it.
makes a baby. Well, the females are, the wives are, and it's so bizarre. Like when the handmaids have the baby, there's like this whole celebration for the wife,
The infertile lady.
yeah. And I think the one time, like the wife actually like straddled the
Lays on top of
the
her?
handmaid while she had a baby, so it was like almost as if it was coming. It's wild.
This bad
It's
thought
wild.
show. It's like the poop in between the alien's legs.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, exactly. It's wild. It's a good show. I just wish they would have gone with a different lead actress because I hate her face. And
Who was?
I can picture it. It's very annoying.
It's so
She's like
annoying.
a bird.
well, and
Like-
I hate when writers do this, right? Like they plan out a show for a couple seasons, but then the show takes off and gets renewed. So then they're like, "Fuck, our plot line has we kind of wrapped it up, but now there's another season, so now we have to create." So then the main character makes decisions that aren't like that the character would never do, but for some reason she does it. And you're like, this and then her cry face is ugly. I hate it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good picture. That's a good picture of her.
Okay.
She plays in a lot of other stuff. I don't know why she's an actress.
Blonde, blue eyes, right?
Yeah.
She looks like she would be a bitch if you.
For sure, right? A Canadian. She's probably Canadian, like
Maybe.
French Canadian. Yeah. Those are the bad Canadas.
So we're keeping this, right?
Sure.
Okay.
The Last of Us.
Okay.
No. You're just going to drop that and walk away? I'm going to be a dad. You didn't watch it, obviously, because you didn't get that reference.
No.
Oh, the internet's on fire about that one. Okay, never mind.
Oh, Anthony.
So anyway, what would we change about Milsim Day?
Wait.
Yep, go ahead.
You mean like the Last of Us show?
Yeah.
You're okay. I was talking about their choice for the actress.
Yeah, me too. And
Looks
I was
nothing like the character in the game. Like they made it zero.
no. There was an agenda there.
They made zero fucking attempts.
But here's how true to like so Last of Us Part 1, apparently I never played it, PS
PlayStation.
whatever,
Yeah, it's a
PlayStation,
PlayStation
exclusive, whatever the fuck. Fantastic game. And then Last of Us 2, like in between that time, they were like
Put a ticket in, make her gay.
in the most literal sense.
Yeah.
And then they were like, wait, we have this strong male influence, got to kill his ass off. So they kept everything just like the video game. So just like the video game, the show got boycotted because the storyline is stupid and clearly there's an agenda there.
So I know I have to bleep it, but can I bleep it by putting the South Park clip over it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Bleep it by putting the actor's face.
Put a ticket in, make her gay.
Yeah, for real. Like that, and that's what they did.
Okay.
But there's a scene. It's also in the game. They do shot for shot for the game. It's actually pretty good. But there's a scene where she's like, "I'm gonna be a dad." And-
She says that?
yeah, because her girlfriend got knocked up by somebody
By
else
her
in the-
ex-boyfriend.
Yeah, in the camp. And then they're like sitting there, and she's playing guitar, and like, "I'm gonna be a dad," and that was that was the soundbite everybody ran with.
On the topic of following the game scene by scene and making a great show, Halo, motherfuckers, you could have done it better. Okay, I'm done.
Well, they could have done Last of Us better. 'Cause they fucking saw. They saw what happened with the video game. Everybody played the first one. Everyone was like, "What the fuck? This makes no sense." And the second one, right? There was a clear agenda with the second one. But they still like the most baller thing they could have done is just keep the male character alive. Like it changed nothing else.
It's like buying stocks that you know are gonna crash.
Yeah. They could have. Everybody would have been like, "We know that's not what happened, but fuck yeah," you know what I mean? Like right or wrong, just right the wrong that needed to be righted, and they didn't, and and they paid the price, just like the video game. Like, really, you didn't see that coming? Okay.
Airsoft.
Well, that's not Airsoft, but
Airsoft is everything.
Yeah.
You just use airsoft as a cuss word?
Yeah.
You say airsoft in vain?
oh, who's the Lord of Airsoft?
Oh,
In Jet we pray.
Jet Desert Fox. What's up? What does he say? What's up, operators? Right?
is it that or is it What's Up Airsofters?
Oh, speaking of corpsmen, we had like a surprise guest for my my little vacation. It was I won't say his name, but he was our corpsman.
It was Doc.
It was Doc. It was fucking awesome, dude. I couldn't believe it. He flew all the way out here from the West Coast. Fucking great.
That's awesome.
Was it like in Top Gun Maverick when he saw Iceman?
Kilmer.
Oh, Val.
Was he?
Jesus Christ.
What the fuck?
Was he like talking to you with the computer? Like
No,
Did he have a scarf on?
no. He actually kept.
Dave.
He actually kept in shape, which made us all look really bad. And he's just like,
You were wearing the scarf. You're Val Kilmer.
Dude, what the fuck?
You're like the world needs corpsmen.
"You good?"
No.
Keep
no,
in
he's
mind.
not.
Keep in
He got
mind.
caffeine now. It's over.
Keep in mind, you're talking about something that I hold like very high, like
Yeah, I'm sorry,
not
dude.
just an
I'm-
acquaintance.
I'm
like,
being a fucking
like
dick.
you're towing a line that could get you hurt. I might have a mug on a mug shot. You know what I mean? Like,
On this episode,
That
on this
would make for the
episode,
best intro ever, Anthony.
Wait, hold on.
Dave flies across the table.
I made you Val Kilmer though. Okay.
that's fine, but
Okay,
you know,
you're
you're giggling a little too much there, kiddo.
You know what it is?
This dude manhandled me in the back of a Humvee one time.
Wait,
because
wait,
I
wait,
thought it
it's
was.
I was gonna say, is that the brass guy? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, now he's cool, Anthony, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Watch your step. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You took your plate carrier off and was like, "Nah, you're good."
Yeah. It's like, idiot.
He said he told him he had to wipe better afterwards too.
Well,
I'm
yeah,
so
but after
sleep
that-
deprived that everything is really funny right now. You know,
So-
when you get to that point of like sleepless delirium, that's where I'm at.
Well, after that, he helped. Well, I didn't do shit. Well, I helped, I guess. He like patched up this dude, this Iraqi in the street, and his wife. Wife didn't make it, but he patched this dude up like fucking crazy, dude. Birdshot. That's what I'll say.
Real talk, respect.
Good recovery.
Yeah.
No, but it was really cool. It's great to see him. I hope he comes out again.
That's pretty dope.
Shout out to Doc. I'd love to say his name because it's awesome, but I don't know how he feels about it.
Yeah, probably not.
Was I forget his name, but former partner.
No.
Oh,
He's not part of that group.
I see.
He's not part of any group.
Something happened.
Oh, yeah.
Mario's not
Okay.
a Marine.
No. Anyway, what are you doing?
I'm cleaning my Tokyo Marui while you guys banter.
Okay.
I'll put it down.
So what can we do better for Milsim Day? What's the next step?
Oh, that's a good question.
So I was thinking about it. You sent me that picture with the guy like putting. I actually showed that to Doc. I was like, "Dude, check this out." He actually like, looked up the podcast and everything. It's pretty cool. He's such a good dude. And I was thinking to myself, like, okay, we've done AAS twice.
Yep.
Like maybe we change that up.
So same thing, because we've got versions of this that are like full field base assault
Yep.
and full field conquest. And I explained this to one player because they were trying to like wrap their head around Milsim Day. I was like, if you look at it on an hour by hour breakdown, basically what Dylan and I have done is take one game and then encompass a bunch of other games that we play into it. Much like
That's an op.
yeah. I was like, you're playing down pilot. You're playing base assault. You're playing full field conquest. Just now there's a chain. But you pointed something out in the beginning. If we had taken it and been like, oh, hey, today is going to be full field base assault for Milsim Day, maybe that wouldn't work well. And it might like be detrimentally not working well. So then that kind of got my brain off of, well, maybe we remove that. The full field conquest one could work, but it might be more intrusive on the staff. Like maybe we would need more staffing for that because now it's, instead of looking at it in a linear way, we have to physically every hour walk around and look at the flags. But if it's still a 10-minute capture time,
Or maybe there's
Base assault could work.
Well, no, but maybe there's no capture points,
and it's just missions all day,
right?
that was,
Right. That's prop heavy. It's going to be super prop heavy.
Yeah.
But
and that could run into,
That's not hard.
Dylan asked me last night, he's like, what did you like and what did you hate about Milsim Day? And all the things where I'm like, what did I hate? What would I change? I'll just push it in more of a direction of being a full-fledged op. Because like somebody had asked me about like more organization. I'm like, well, it's still a walk-on day.
Pre-reg. We got a pre-reg.
we have to do pre-reg. I'm like,
and then
now
it
it's just
starts
an op.
and then it starts at 10 and goes all day.
Yeah. And that's the same thing where talking about like balancing teams before the game.
Yeah.
With an op, we let the teams balance themselves. We say there's a max amount of tickets and the players balance themselves. So if one team's heavily not outnumbered, but outskilled, that wasn't our fault. But as refs, because this is an open play game, we still have to make sure the teams are balanced.
For sure.
So the only way to create a structure system like that would be moving to pre-registration.
No, we're not
that
gonna
would
do
be
that.
that
Just
would
show
be
up on time.
Yeah, just show up on
just show up
time.
on time. Download the app.
My biggest gripe of the whole day is that we didn't walk around and take all of the other props off the field that were already there.
Oh, yeah. I see that shit every weekend.
Yeah. So, for example, we did go out there and move the water containers. We did go out there and stage. Yeah, fuck that ass, man. Yeah, we did go out there and stage the dummy and the cores for the bomb prop and all this stuff and put the numbers on the water containers. But then when a player walks up and they've got the wrong dummy,
Yeah, you're like, fuck.
because they found the dummy that the refs left on the field from down pilot
50
week
points,
or 2
whatever.
weeks ago. It's like, fuck, man, that's the wrong dummy. So now that player's defeated, and we look like assholes for not doing it.
I'd
So-
have given them points. I'd be like, 25 points. Good job.
so now it's one of those things where, again, we make SOPs because stuff happens. We have to go walk around the field maybe 2 days, 3 days before Milsim Day and gather up all the props that the other refs intentionally or unintentionally left on the field.
This is why Milsim Days almost exclusively have to be on Saturday.
Yeah. Yeah. Because now it gives us the week of to prep. Because, like, that's true. The week of, we were moving water containers and we were getting props ready and we were sitting in the shop on Friday night assembling the bomb to make sure that if we could do it, a player could do it. Like, those are great things, but like my gripes boil down to little shit that could, be changed here and there, like the forgetting props on the field. I don't want to talk shit about the refs. I'm not. It's just props tend to get left on the field.
Yep. I wonder if later on there's like more roles, right? So you got the engineer, the medic. Maybe there's a limit on machine gunners, right? Or maybe you know what I mean. Maybe there's a sniper team, and it's a sniper team, 2 guys, and that's it per side. Like their reconnaissance, or maybe they have
now
some sort of special ability, or
right.
whatever.
So that's what I was going to say. Because now we're kind of dipping into the op territory of like we're limiting.
Not really.
Well, for Saturday there was like 15, 20 players that had bolt guns. So it's like,
Oh, I see. Yeah.
if those players show up and I'm like, sorry, you weren't the first registration. You can't use your bolt gun today.
Get wrecked.
But it's still a walk-on open play game.
Yeah, no.
So like that's the thing. But there was an idea of maybe like a reconnaissance specialist, much like we had the engineers. And I don't want to keep putting class structure out there so it sounds like Call of Duty, but we're trying to give players like specialized roles of totally stealing the gun gamers format of burying caches. Hey, maybe your recon specialist, if you have 2 per team, they're the only ones that can go recover those. Or maybe they're the only ones that can get the notification on Ares Alpha for where it is on the map.
Yeah.
So as the recon guy, they got the info of there's a supply cache over here. And maybe that has assets or a prop or something they can use in game. That's another role we can implement. And sure, maybe you could probably take that idea and run with it more for an op so that they have a more fledged out role. But like with the engineer class, because that was one of the gripes from the player base. Because I walked around Saturday towards the end of the game and was trying to find players to be like, did you like it? Did you hate it? What did you like? Pros and cons. And it was Cowboy. He was one of the only 2 players that I found that had something negative to say. He was an engineer. And he's like, I didn't get to do anything of the engineer role. But he was on Brian's team.
Yeah,
And
that's
because
where-
Brian's team wasn't playing the side missions, the engineer role didn't get used. And that's not Cowboy's fault. Technically, it's not Brian's fault. It was his choice to not play the side missions.
Yeah.
Where Armani's team, like, they had that cool push.
dude, that was awesome.
They, as a group, pushed to African Village, set the bomb up. Once the bomb went off, we were using a green smoke to mark the explosion. So there's this cool photo I took of like the humidity was just right, that the smoke was billowing out super slow.
Yeah.
So it looks like the helicopter was smoking and burning.
Yeah.
But it's green smoke, so like alien effect. So that's the thing, because when it comes down to, Dylan's got the photo.
Oh shit.
Yeah, like it looked good.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's actually really neat.
That looks like it was like just shot down.
Yeah.
All right, so we only play on high humidity days.
But But that was the thing. Some players didn't get to utilize that role. So then I questioned personally, like, was there not enough engineers? Did we not utilize it enough?
Yeah.
And that's just something we're going to play with long term. We're not going to get rid of the engineer role. We're going to find a reason to use it and keep it. But when it comes to those specialized roles, if we start limiting it to like weapon classes, it's not fair to the open play players.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. You got too many saws. You have to go.
Yeah, you
to
have
go
one squad
semi-elite.
that's all 10 saws.
Yeah.
I think you're overthinking it.
I might be.
I took his
I know what you need to do.
critique into the next Milsim Day.
Not even that.
I very much made so that the next engineers have something that they start with that they have to complete for
not
their
even,
team.
It's not even that. You're overlooking it. It's so simple. It's right in front of your face.
Put a ticket in, make her gay.
That's going to become a new soundbite.
Relax, Disney.
But yeah, so that's the thing. And the other player that had the gripe of the day, I asked him, I was like, are you having a fun time? And he was like, no. And I looked, I was like, whoa,
okay.
I wasn't expecting that. And he plays here pretty regularly. I was like, what aren't you liking? And he was like 4:30, 5 o'clock. And he goes, I haven't shot anyone today. I've only been shot and team killed. And I looked at him and I was
that
like,
sucks.
I was like, that sucks. I was like, but is that a game or totally a skill issue? And
Was he not with his team?
No, he was. He was on Armani's team and he was at the embassy. I looked at him and I was like, is that a game issue or is it a skill issue? And he looked at me and he goes, oh no, this is totally on me. I'm just not having a good day. And I was like, okay. Like,
Sounds like he's 7 deuce as a person.
yeah, I was like, you're cognizant enough to know that it wasn't the game's fault. You're just not having a good day. And he totally said, like, I'm just having an off one. It's not going well for me. So in terms of player complaints, there weren't a whole lot, but the Cowboy one stuck with me because he's like, I just didn't get to play my role.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. I think we could maybe work in, maybe not for the next one, but at some point we can work in the mortar.
That'd be fun. I still want to do our artillery prop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to do that.
So I do want to do that eventually,
Yeah.
but first I want to get the JTAC role or the forward observer in
Yeah.
and get them focusing on how to read a map.
Yeah.
And then we can go and do the cool stuff.
And Aries for the beginning, you can overlay just a generic grid.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you can tell it how many grids you want.
Yeah.
Like, so it could just be like A7. You know what I mean? Like it could be that
Simple.
basic at first.
Yeah.
And then you switch over to the actual,
Because
MGRS grids.
like we had talked about, Dylan and I were like brainstorming that crazy artillery prop where that will be the only thing that can cross map. But the mortar would be in the mix. So it's like, hey, if you want to do close indirect fire, you have to move the fucking mortar. And that also makes it a stealable prop because it wouldn't be like Blood Diamond where like PAA has it and it's down there.
Yeah.
But also now comes into the question the durability of the mortar if like a player drops it.
It's pretty robust.
Now you can add a mortar team.
And now you can have a mortar team
Yeah.
where each team only has one mortar team. But if like a player kills the mortar team, they now have to call for their mortar team to come over and steal the mortar.
So it worked pretty well when Max and Ian, what game was that? Was that
Crossroads.
That was Crossroads. Where the mortar was static. And both teams had mortar crews. And so the mortar always stayed where it was. That way the member of staff who needs to be there doesn't need to like follow this thing around.
Yep.
And I remember it changed hands like every 30 minutes because it was such a good asset that like that was kind of a priority thing for both teams. So they were doing the rest of the stuff, but there was always like one squad dedicated to like taking this thing on both teams. And it literally changed hands like 4 times in the same hour. And it was a cool dynamic. And they got to fire it and it was cool.
So that would work into something something better if we did a game that wasn't AAS. If you did something like multiple base assault type deal with the mortar being, a hot spot on the field.
Could be, or you could still run AAS, just put the mortar at the center
At the
objective.
fist point,
And
yeah.
you can't fire the mortar unless you own it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then once you own it, you bring over the mortar team
Yeah.
and they can use it.
Well, that could also work pretty well as if we do a Milsim Day that's just prop heavy and there's no capture points. But the mortar pit is still technically a capture point because the mortar is down there.
it's an asset. Yeah,
It's an asset. So you have to control that area, that territory of the field to still be able to utilize it. Because we saw that with what you were talking about with the Max and Ian game.
Yeah.
They were in the middle of trying to fire it and Max's squad got rolled up on.
Yeah.
That was where that like clip came from of like, of course they knew there was a mortar team there. There's a guy in a high vis shirt. Like that clip. Yeah, that clip.
Yeah, all the FUDs came
Yeah.
out.
But that's true of that game because that was Crossroads. There was no capture points.
Yeah.
that was just total field domination of the other team. But the mortar pit was a high priority area you had to control. And it wasn't just the pit. It was basically having from the tree line to Newtown. If you didn't have that in control, like you weren't going to be able to safely operate it.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I think if we switch up the AAS model
Yeah.
and just try something new, again, it's an open play day. So
Yeah.
this is where we try shit.
We
try
have
new
a
shit.
running Google Doc with a lot of ideas.
Yeah. And, make it more objective oriented.
Well, yeah, because that was a question that Brian had posed. Should the side missions make or break the game? Like, if the goal is to play at AAS, then why are the side missions worth so much points?
Were they worth more points than the capture points?
No.
The bomb technically, because we made each core 100 and you needed 5 cores, and we
Yeah,
only had
so that was
9 objectives on the field, so 450 to 500.
Yeah.
Like if somebody just completely abandoned the capture points and the other team right up to their CP captured everything, but that team did all the side quests, could they win?
No, because that's what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
AAS
So then it's not a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm not saying it's a problem, but in terms of then Dylan and I went back and started questioning the point structure or the potential of buffing the points of the side missions and nerfing the points of AAS so that it did make it more prop heavy, because kind of the direction you're talking about going, we were already fooling around with.
Yeah.
But it would be fun to maybe just remove AAS. We could still make some of the missions of the day, like maybe there's a 30-minute frago where it's you have to control this area, because that's essentially just battle 4 at
Yeah.
X objective. We can have a pop-up on areas that's like, hey, this is crucial to the fight you're currently in. You need to go hold fuel depot for the next 30 minutes.
Or something I just thought of. That's a good idea. What if instead of having, would you have 8 capture or 9 capture
9.
points? You had 3.
You could. That's
And then you put the props out, right? Like so.
Yeah.
So there's still a reason for, like, if I'm a commander and I'm telling, hey, squad, whatever the hell, I need you to go over here. In his head, at least there's a reason to go over there,
Yeah.
the capture point. But if there's no capture point, I'm just like, hey, go over there and protect our left flank. It's like,
Well, we could make it almost maybe 3 is too little, maybe 5 might be the.
no, the whole point is keep it small.
Yeah, so
Right.
what I was getting at there is like you almost make it like a zone of control, because when you said 3, I was like, oh, you have one upper field, middle field, lower field.
Well,
so you're like,
one team's fighting uphill all day.
right. Well, I'm talking about in terms of zones of control, because then we could still move the spawns back to power lines and
Well, remember the
yeah,
power
the
lines,
power
don't
lines
work
have
well.
the weird signal issue.
Yeah.
They didn't have so much of an issue out here at Old Chapel.
Yeah, good.
Which was good.
do Vietnam still?
Vietnam is still tough.
I kept crashing, and I kept having to pull it up, and then I get a glimpse of where everybody was, and then it would crash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But even like Thursday or Friday when I was starting to move the whitewater containers, I called him while I was standing in Vietnam, and I was like, if I move, I'm going to lose you.
Yeah.
I was like 1 bar and my 4G is not working. But in terms of like, hey, these are zones to control, kind of like instead of having this specific area, like if you control maybe the arbitrary flag that we put at the new building in between Mosque and Fuel Depot, like we put a flag there. If you control that flag, you technically have control of the entire area on the map.
Then we could do like the hex style game in squad.
Yeah. But that requires fucking me spending a shit ton of money on fucking capture points.
Yeah,
God
but
damn.
for right now, we can have it set so it's like if there is only going to be 3, like we would have to pick maybe not current existing flag points, because if you just chose the mosque, like that's really close to the top of the trail respawn. That'd be a gimme flag.
Well, that's kind of the point.
Yeah, I guess that's true too. Yeah, I didn't think about it that way.
Or you just only encompass buildings in CQB. So it's like fortress over here, and it works across.
You could. I think what I was trying to get at was that like there's more incentive to go do the missions, right? So that way, because I believe in Brian's case, he just focused on the AAS, didn't even
For
bother.
the most part, yeah.
So in this case, you can't just focus on the AAS. You can't just focus on the missions.
yeah,
You have to like diversify your portfolio. And now that you only have 3 capture points to worry about, ostensibly, you could assign 3 squads to do that, and then you'd have 3 to go do other things. It would push people out away, and it would free up the commander to actually have the assets to push out. I mean,
At that point, I don't know if we would have to keep it as advanced and secure. It would just be like a 3-flag conquest.
I think
I think the AAS though is good for.
Yeah.
it's good for
How-
staff. It's good for points scoring, and it means that whoever's up here can't just run to, we'll just say fuel depot, capture it, and completely cut off the other teom right at game on.
Yeah.
There's
I would
always
still
going
want
to
keep
be
the
that
10-minute cap time.
Oh, for sure. There's always going to be that buffer time.
Yeah.
For the 10-minute cap. Well, I guess in this case it would be 20-minute cap if you even made it up that far. If you made it to fuel depot, it would be like 30-minute cap. That's plenty of time to like set up some sort of counterattack and get it done.
I was going to say too, because the 10-minute capture time is kind of arbitrary. If we were going to shrink it down to 3 objectives, we could make it a 15-minute time.
You could.
Yeah.
It's something to play with. And now's the time to play around with it. You know what I mean? We're early enough on where if we try to do this 2 years from now, people are like, man, still we've been doing 10 minutes for fucking 2 years, because people want to complain about everything.
Well, yeah, but also like, I feel like there's a good ratio of that. Like the reason why 10 minutes works is because there's 9. Like if we're going to shrink it down to 3, maybe the capture time has to go up.
Maybe try it. And you know what? Like nobody should be complaining about changing shit up anyway. That's the whole point of this, is to kind of like test and see what works, what doesn't. And just because something works doesn't mean we shouldn't try something new.
Yeah.
If that new thing we try and fails miserable, then we just fall back to the other one, right? Or try something else,
Because that could be very fun. Like thinking about, I'm like kind of like planning it in my head. I would still want to keep each team having like a command post.
Oh,
so,
for sure.
So that
Yeah.
would keep the players in the mindset of like, you go to your respawn to respawn, you go to your command post so that you have missions to do.
Sure.
And that way, like, for example, Brian can still set up his like mobile command in a box, but also that keeps it so the players know the distinct spots where those props are going to be going to, because we should not remove the aspect of going to the other team's base or CP and stealing their shit.
No, that's a cool side quest.
It is. And it's not a side quest that has a time limit. Like for this one, capturing the other team's commander, we did put a time limit. There was a 2-hour time limit. But at any point in time, you can meander into the other team's CP and just fucking grab anything that you can carry and go.
Fancy.
Yeah. I do like that though. The 3 flags. That's a good idea.
You guys look beat.
Yeah.
It's almost like you've been up for a long time, traipsing about the woods.
Yeah, we've been up at 4 a.m. Every day for the past week. Well, Anthony took off the weekend, but I have been.
I took off Sunday.
Oh, okay.
And you took off Sunday.
I did.
Got him.
No.
Okay,
Got
never mind.
him.
You tried to fucking throw him under the bus.
Whatever.
I
Yeah.
worked 1 extra day than needed.
Shit, there's so many ideas now.
Oh, I'm writing them down.
I know.
Yeah, can you simulate like artillery in the Ares app? Like, could it be like this
No.
area of people?
No,
that-
that's why we wanted
they
to do
do
the
have-
drone thing.
Can you
do have
add geometry during the game?
I can add a point of interest. That's why I said like I can randomly pop up at any point in time. Like I could even pick the players that we know are their like recon specialists or like their searching specialists and like send just them the mission and go, hey, look, this point of interest right here, notify your commander that you've gotten the intel.
Well, I think what he's talking about is, can you kill players within
No.
a certain radius?
We can get up, as precise as like an 8-digit grid.
Well, but it would be neat. I think what he's getting at.
7,
Right.
5, 1.
Shut up.
1. No.
Yeah, you're doing good.
But no.
So it'd be neat is if my brain. So when I was in SOI, School of Infantry, we had the Miles gear system, old system, whatever. It sucked, but who cares? It had a God gun, right? The instructors had these God guns, and they could simulate different things on the God gun. They would point at the ground, shoot it, and it would like create this casualty radius. It would be cool is if you could simulate artillery on the app, and it had a casualty radius that you could enforce, and maybe everybody using the app in that area, like their phone buzzed or whatever the fuck, and they were just like, oh, killed by artillery. I think that's the only way that simulated artillery would in that capacity.
Which even then circles all the way back to the reason why we have the mortar, because just simply walking over to a player and being like, you're dead, fucking lame.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah,
What would be even more lame is removing the person walking over saying you're dead. Is your phone vibrating? You flip it down and you're just like, I'm
Just
dead.
skull across. Well,
Yeah.
We'll get an inflatable hammer that says dead on it, and we'll just walk around and
see if I could load the
No,
load
you
the
guys-
Oregon Trail thing, and it's like you have died of dysentery.
No, you as the ref would have to go there and there would be some sort of boom.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. We would still have to have an effect on target.
Sure.
Yeah.
What if instead of the phone just buzzing, it's like buzz? It's like you suck.
Yeah, that'd be really funny.
The
But also,
climax
like,
is still just a buzz.
we put all this effort into cool games and we put all this effort into cool props, and then we still use the effect on target of grenades when the mortar goes out.
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't know if I could get on board with that. Yeah, like I'd rather a
still in
world where-
development.
Yeah, I'd rather a world where we still have the asset of like, okay, this player is using the map on the app and they're figuring out the grid because maybe they're the artillery specialist at some point in time. And it's like, okay, cool. They know how to call it in and they radio up to command, and we have a ref with each team's commander. So they're hearing the grid combo. So then he puts out over the radio to one of the two refs that are walking around, hey, get to this grid right the fuck now. You hear the mortar go out or the artillery fire, and you're like, cool, grenades. Now everyone knows there's an effect. And you were marking them with red smokes too. That's such a better way of doing it. Yes, it's more work on the staff. But then the players get oh, I got killed by that.
That happened during Milsim Day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A player saw a green smoke, and the fragger was already out. So if your device went off, it was marked by a green smoke. And a player saw it, and he's like, they blew it up over there. And I was like, no, it's just the players keep on going.
Because we were trying to get red smokes, but in my stockpile of smoke grenades, I only had green and white. But it just so happened that players showed up with a lot of smoke grenades.
Yeah,
and
there were a lot.
of green and black smoke got thrown. But yeah, it'd be cool, and maybe that's an after effect. Like it's been grid called, ref went over, it got fired, ref threw the grenades. Then maybe on the app we put a polygon that was like this area was just mortar striked or artillery striked, so the players know. But we'd still want to keep the effect because nothing's more lame than just being told you're dead.
Yeah. It would just be a way of like adjudicating the people who are dead rather than you having to go point at them. Like you could be there, put the effect there, and be like, okay, everyone, look at your areas.
That's a potential too. Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
yeah.
It's
And then like
extra steps, but it's
Yeah,
also
I know,
not
I
a
know.
terrible idea. Like it's worth at least exploring. Like maybe we try it. Maybe I don't know when we would potentially implement the mortar, but the mortar is going to be back for Crossroads. So maybe for Crossroads, if we're going to have Ares Alpha being run, which I'm assuming that's the case.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
We can then also because as long as you're a game master or technically even a player, but if a player were to put a point of interest, only his team could see it. But if a game master or a ref on the app puts the point of interest, everyone could see it. So the ref could put a polygon around the area they just threw the grenades at and just label it as artillery strike or mortar strike. So then you see like, oh, fuck, like I was in that radius. It's not a bad idea. Actually, that could work pretty well.
yeah. I don't know. It was just a thought, but
You got any more lame ideas over there, idea boy?
But that's the thing. A lot of these ideas from Milsim Day just come about from like Dylan and I, or when
I'm trying to go to
Dave's around, like-
sleep.
Yeah, we're
and
just
my brain's
throwing
like,
ideas at a wall.
Milsim date time.
Yeah, like
I literally jump out of my bed and I sit in front of my computer and I just
he texted me at midnight last night.
I
He was
just
like,
shit
check
into
the
my
dock. And I'm
computer.
like, no, it's like it's midnight. He's like, check the dock. I found stuff. I'm like, no, I'll check it in the morning.
huge.
You should play one though. You would like it.
I really want to. It's freaking every time I want to go play, something comes up.
Going to Everest. Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry guys.
I'm gonna go run a half marathon.
That was no.
Well, you're only going halfway up Everest, so
I guess. Yeah.
Non-committal.
Dave's just gonna bully you to go.
It's okay to be second.
Committing is just such like it's
Even-
not like a little bit more effort. It's like no. You kind of like
Even Bear Grylls made it to the top of Everest. Think about that.
he was.
and then they turned off the green screen.
He was in the SAS. I'm just a guy.
You're just a dude.
You could be in the Airsoft SAS.
Hell yeah.
That's about the same as going to the base camp of fucking
I'm in Jinxie Cat, and we go.
That's right. The Legend of Jinx.
Isn't Bear Grylls Austrian?
No,
No.
He's British?
Very clearly British.
He's absolutely British. Yeah. He says vitamins, dude. Aluminium.
vitamins, elephant dung. I used to love that show as a kid. I thought it was all real.
Of course.
I as a child, I couldn't conceive that there was a cameraman. I was just like, Bear Grylls is out here doing it, man.
Dude, Survivor Man was the most legit one of all of them.
You know how many extra steps he did just to go pick up his camera?
And they were like, hurry up, we have IHOP reservations. Let's go, Bear.
Yeah, like Les Stroud, right? That was the Survivor
Les
Man
Stroud.
guy.
Yeah, yep.
Like he does what like social media influencers do now when they're hiking. Like he sets his camera up, he walks up a trail, and then he has to go back and stop the recording. He was the first to do it.
He's a big Bigfoot guy, Dave.
Yeah, he is a big. I've listened to a couple of them. Yeah, my heart was broken. I wasn't naive to the fact that Bear Grylls was out there with like a full fucking camera crew and like a van with an AC or a heater in it, But then there was one, I can't remember where he was, but he was negotiating like a dirt crevasse, like trying to figure out how to get across this fucking crack in the earth, right? And then I saw a post, somebody was like, "Oh, I live right near that." And they went there, and it's the exact same fucking crack in the earth. There's a public road like 150 feet away that they just kind of like left out of the camera angle, and he literally just hops across it like, "Up, up, up, up."
This could take my life.
Yeah, like the whole episode, he was making such a big deal about it. I will say, though, he still did some badass shit on the show. I watched one where he was in the Arctic or the Antarctic or somewhere with fucking icebergs, and his little dinghy was sinking. So he like took his clothes off and jumped in the frozen fucking water, and then got up on land, started doing push-ups and shit, and then like put his clothes back on. I mean, you can't fake that.
Dude, when he got stung by the bees,
I never saw that one.
oh my God, it was bad. It's like, he's like, all right, I'm going to still truck through the desert.
So he was hungry. He found a bee's nest, and he was like, "Honey," like
Every primitive human.
He's like, "Now this is gonna be risky." So he goes in there to get it. He's like, "I'm getting a bitch stung, dude." He looked like a potato. He looked like an imposter of himself. Like somebody put on a Bear Grylls mask, but underneath they were just like. They were just a potato.
God. Yeah.
Like he was messed up.
Dude,
he's
those
Asian.
Dude, those bees made him a different race.
Yeah, for real. He looked, I shouldn't say this, but he looked like one of those people that get like facial reconstruction surgery.
He looked like he was a fugitive.
Oh, I have to bleep that.
Oh, I hate that you have to believe it. It's so funny.
I mean,
wish
we
people
can
weren't
leave it.
No,
Dude,
we're not leaving that.
Dave, you'll appreciate this line. I was watching.
It's a shame we have to bleep all this shit.
I was watching a show on Pepperbox, and a veteran with a sign said this. It was one of their exclusive episodes. He goes, "There's a fine line between making a living and having a living, and it's $8.99 a month." So, thank you, Anthony. I have to bleep most of that because there is no paywall here.
It's a shame that we're all associated with businesses. I mean, and you're associated with who you're associated with, because that shit's fucking fun.
I'm just me.
We could put it behind a paywall,
I mean, CAG's not going to kick you out.
but
right?
again, $8.99 a month. That's the difference between making a living and having a living.
Yeah. Fuck.
All that because they were joking about saying the N-word.
Can't do that.
Yeah, can't do that.
Yeah,
Still
I'm not-
behind a paywall, can't do that.
Yeah, can't do that. Oh, all right, gentlemen. Well,
We're gonna end
we're
it
back.
we can't end it on a bleep. We gotta like
oh shit.
Oh, we could end it on such a cliffhanger.
the cliffhanger for the
It's a good
thing that
movie.
they'll never see.
That's true.
On the next episode, we'll say
Cut it there.
It's 45 minutes.
Cut it there.
I'm keeping a tally. I think there's like 5 times
Get
I have
rid
to
of-
do the South Park thing.
No, just black out.
get rid of
Be
that
like,
consonant. All right,
They
that
respected me.
consonant has to be gone.
Well, oh, Jesus Christ. Never mind.
Oh my god. Okay, so what have we learned? Aries Alpha for the next night game.
Yep.
Sure.
Download the app.
Maybe for the next Milsim Day we just do prop heavy.
Already got some ideas written down. We're
so
good.
do I. Yeah, that's a fantastic one. You're gonna play the next one?
I want to be a squad leader. I do not want to command anything. I'm terrible and horrible at. I'm horrible at
No.
the strategic level.
Yeah, no team leadership role for Dave.
No. I'll be a squad leader.
Well, when I say
No,
team,
no, it's okay. It's okay.
I mean like CO or
We're gonna put a chicken in.
Yeah.
You can just chill. You rifleman number Dave. They're
Done.
large. You're not
Like,
gonna be
why are
needed.
there 40 people walking through the woods? Who's in front of them? Dookie shoes. What the?
Follow Dave, win games. Any other ideas you have for it?
That's it.
Yeah.
Until we know more.
Yeah.
We need more data.
That we do.
Download the freaking app. Just use it.
Yeah.
Actually, you don't even need to use it. Download it, put it in your pocket.
I mean, we could do it too. This is coming out on Friday. We were on to run Aries Alpha Saturday afternoon for normal open play.
There you go.
Yeah.
Game schedule.
Wait,
I'll make
this
it now.
Saturday?
Yeah.
Oh, this Saturday is a very important day.
Why?
It's your birthday.
What?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Not for real. Just
I have
for play.
I have a skit idea. You two get dressed up all nice, like you're coming from a church, right? Not church, but a church. You know what I'm saying?
So like Sunday best.
Yeah. You come to my place. We'll
There's
use
a
the-
lot of churches though.
We'll use the Ring doorbell footage, right? And you knock on the door, and you're like, "Hey, we're from the Church of Milsim, and we just want to know if you wanted to download the app." Like,
Yo,
right-
that's fucking great.
Can we
Right.
dress up?
yeah,
Well, hey.
yeah. Like,
No.
Oh,
We'll get the.
we're trying not to bleep
No, they
everything.
don't-
at
they
the
don't
end of the
knock on
goddamn
doors,
episode.
Dylan.
believable. That's
they don't knock on doors to recruit. They just. There's only 2 significant groups in history that I know of that.
I don't give a shit anymore.
You're always 25. Don't worry.
I didn't hear what you said. Don't repeat it. I'll find it when I'm editing.
No. You're gonna believe it twice now. There's 2 groups in history I know of that.
Well,
On that note.
yeah.
God.
Well, that's been
Okay,
fun.
so Dave's birthday.
Well-
Make sure you say happy birthday to Dave at registration.
Thanks for doxing me.
Make sure to get him a cake.
How old are you?
How many
now?
cakes can we get, Dave?
55.
42.
No, I think 47 or 48.
Sure.
When was that comment written?
Oh my god.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, you're like almost 50
Oh,
now.
wait. I might actually be close to the age that they thought I was. They say 45.
Yeah.
Oh, I got 3 more years. All right. Because then I'll be 45 and still playing airsoft. Lame.
No. Playing airsoft's not lame. It's owning an airsoft field.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, owning a business.
That's
Imagine being 45 and owning a business.
That's not what they said though. They said imagine being 45 and still playing airsoft.
No, it was owning an airsoft field.
Who said that?
No.
We're gonna have to go back and find the comment.
They also said
Still waiting. Still waiting on that one. One of the most satisfying days of my life was when, and I've been through a lot, was I have a kid.
So after that,
No, this might be before. I don't know. Was one of them coming back and trying to be like, hey, can I play again? And I was just like,
I remember that.
I was like,
Oh, okay, that's
one of
what
the
we're
best
talking
decisions I ever made was kicking your punk asses off this field, dude.
never again.
Fucking love it.
Yo, getting you whippersnappers out of here was the best damn thing.
I should have mug shot it on a mug shot, man. Fuck,
If they came back now, is it still no?
fuck yeah, fuck
Okay.
them, dude. Eat shit, dude.
Stay off.
I know people change, but my opinion doesn't. Get out of here.
Well, I'm asking because one of our boys ran into one of them at Billy Hose, and was talking to him about it, and he was like, "I don't know, man. Maybe ask Dave. Maybe try coming back and talking to him." And I was like,
Nope.
He told me about it. I was like, "I'm gonna tell you right now, it's probably still a no."
Fuck yeah. He's got that gene in him.
Yeah.
That's a no from me, dog.
Yeah. And on that fantastic note,
There's so much bleeping.
Dave, you know what time it is?
Normie.
Yeah, I
There we
usually
go.
get it right.
Much better.
Yeah.
Much better. The first one was a little rushed.
It
we
was,
caught you a little off guard.
it was because it was muted.
All right, what do we got today, Jordan?
Fuck, I don't have one.
Okay.
Hold on. I know that.
All right.
I didn't go into it prep. I didn't go into it prep. Hold on. I know there's one on Spotify.
Is it normie to not have a normie topic when we do it every time?
I know there is one on Spotify.
Also, I apologize to all the listeners who had to listen to the last 15 minutes of bleeping.
Oh my God.
Is it normie to own an airsoft field?
Yes. Yes, it is. It's not profitable. It's just stressful. You think you're like, hey, I'm doing something fun. I like this. But then you turn it into a job and you're like, I don't like this anymore. But then you buy a boss unit and you're like, I found the light.
When you guys do this section, I get confused about what you guys mean by normie because it just turns into like
We do too.
Okay, it just
Yeah.
turns into I don't like it versus I thought normie was like
It's
we have an autistic level of fascination with airsoft, and then there are the normies who just have like a normal level of fascination.
Could be.
with airsoft.
It's up to you.
Okay.
That's my interpretation. So
we
yeah.
defined that. We had ChatGPT define this. It's like not really queuing into the culture or like I guess the culture of airsoft. Like you're not
It also doesn't matter because we don't
right.
we don't
but-
stick to that.
But that's
so.
right. But
It's you know what it is.
we need
it's
let's
something.
define some terms here.
No. It's when you hear something and you're like, ugh,
Okay.
that's a normie thing. Like an actual airsoft fashion show at an airsoft event.
That's
see,
normie.
See that reaction you just had? Like that's
when I see
that's
somebody,
normie. You know
when
what
I
I
see a player that's alive and their dead rag is like sticking out of their pocket, like that's just some normie shit.
That's some normie
like
shit,
experienced players, but their dead rag
Yeah.
away.
But it has nothing to do with experience because experienced players do normie shit all the time.
We're actually all caught up on the is it normie topics that we've been given by players.
I went to the Tuxedo Park Ren Fair once, and I saw a guy wearing airsoft gear there.
Normie.
That's weird.
If you wear your airsoft gear in public for any reason, to include going to Comic-Con, you're a fucking normie. Even more so on Halloween. That's just lazy.
Halloween super normie. Comic Con, I'll give players. I've run into players at Comic Con that recognize me. Most of them are doing like Call of Duty or Battlefield or Ghost Recon or Tarkov.
Yeah, but you and the other fella were not.
Oh no, we were doing it just for the
You
fun.
were just wearing your airsoft
Yeah.
gear.
Oh yeah.
Were you just generic army guy, or were
So
you a character?
he was
Airsoft
airsofter.
players. They were fucking airsoft players.
I'm army guy.
Yeah.
Every time somebody came up to me and was like, "Yo, dude, sick Battlefield kid," I'd be like, "No, this is Ghost Recon." And then the next time it would be a different game and a different game and a different game, and it just went down the line. There are some dudes that are like super hardcore into it and like have Ghosts from Call of Duty like kits accurately made, which is just like the Amazon special with a ghost mask.
Yeah, but they're at the right place.
They're at the right place. We were just generically doing it. Thank God we weren't doing SCP because SCP cosplayers, no, that's just cringe.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Just showing up in your airsoft gear, that's not. Come on now.
I
You're in
have a
that boat,
topic.
brother. You're in that boat.
I have a normie topic.
I think we found our normie topic. But go on.
Is it normie to wear like armor protection for airsoft?
What, like wearing weighted plates?
Not plates. You know, like the armor.
Oh, like the shoulder pads and the groin
Shoulder
flap
pad,
and
yeah.
the neck strap.
Well, a groin flap can be like kit, right? But like, I mean, like it's not replicating real steel stuff. You know, like the body armor.
Like the guy that
thing
used to
that
come
they
here
have-
in the whole Fallout kit with all the armor and the
That's not
mask.
normal.
That's not so normie. That's like LARP, but like unironically thinking you need to protect your skin from getting shot by BBs. So you're buying
so
the
it's 90
airsoft.
oh.
You're buying the airsoft protective like matrix. Like
Well, that's like the same boat of the dudes that it's 95 degrees out and they're wearing a big, thick winter hoodie because they don't want to get shot. Like, yes, that's normie because you're just get fucking shot. We're playing airsoft, man.
I had one of those shirts. We gave it to Cherno.
Oh, that's right. But that's like the paintball. Fuck.
Yeah, that's pretty normal.
It was like the plastic chest plate, and there was like a little bit of molly.
No, it was like
went-
it was a
like
Matrix
shoulder.
paintball like OD green jersey, and it just had padding.
Yep.
And it made you like if you put a shirt over it, you'd probably look like a Ninja Turtle. Like you would just look like
Like I get it for paintball because like they put like the sliding pads in for like the elbows and the knees. That makes sense. But like for airsoft, the dudes that are wearing like foam pads underneath it, yeah, no.
Yeah, it ain't that bad. It ain't that serious.
Yeah. And we're not like sliding around a speedball field out in the woods, so you don't really need the sliding pads either. And I see people wearing them. Like, it's not my cup of tea. If you're wearing it simply under the guise of like, I need protection because I don't want to get hit by BBs.
Pick the wrong sport.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so the flip side to play devil's advocate, Ian, Grimnir Ian, he was asking me, I think you were in the Discord call when we were talking about it, about like very specific, like an ops core respirator. And I was like, oh, are you like looking into that because like you don't want like the lead poisoning from like shooting real guns? And he's just like, no, I need like maximum face coverage because like I can't show up to meetings at my actual job with like BB holes in my face. So like, would that fall into the same level of protection that we're talking about here? No, that's
that's a valid
that's
excuse.
normie.
No, I think
That's
he's
normie.
This
sorry.
is specifically what I'm talking about.
I like the COD piece.
They have it in multicam.
Of course they do.
Future soldier. Yeah.
Look what it says.
Right,
It
that's
says-
like every
it says-
future army
that
soldier.
helmet's
It
level
says
3 in
fully
Tarkov.
protect you, explosion-proof protection.
Oh, explosion-proof.
This is injection molded like ABS plastic.
Yeah, but it's good for.
This is not going to protect you.
Send me a
from
photo of that. So I can put it on screen.
Protect you against EGs.
That kind of protection, normie.
I don't. Yeah, just get shot.
Yeah.
I understand protecting your face. I think any level of face protection is acceptable.
Sure, and I appreciate that Ian's trying to keep it within. Like he doesn't want to just put a mesh mask on. Like
Yeah.
he wants to like maybe some sort of potential realistic. I just
cool guy.
haloed in,
Anything-
and I haven't had time to take it off.
Anything on your face is not normie. Like,
Yeah,
you don't want your teeth to get shot out, your eye to get shot out.
it sucks. I know.
Obviously. And there's the rules and stuff. It's like the body armor. Like, oh, I can't stand getting shot in the chest by a BB, so I need a piece of plastic there to guard me.
I will say this: during the Gun Gamers game, it dawned on me about halfway through that game when people started actually like shooting at each other. I was like, I don't have anything on my chest. Like, I just have a T-shirt on. Like, it's that might suck. Like,
I
oh,
remember
God.
I didn't have a mouth guard.
Yeah, me too.
I was like, I'm going to be really nice to people.
For real, and actually kind of played into the game a little bit because I was like real cautious about shooting or getting shot. I was just like, ugh. But
Body armor like that, normie.
yeah,
Dylan.
Is it normie?
Yeah, I would say it's normie.
for sure. What you're showing there is for sure
Like that, yeah,
Yeah,
that.
I'm gonna put a photo of that up on screen.
That's like I am Batman. Like,
Where is she?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen that in a while.
That's normie, but like if you're doing like a impression of something and it requires that, depending on the impression, some impressions can be normie, but
let's be real. That's an anime. If you're trying to do an
Weebs.
impression of something, like that's anime. Like,
Weebs.
in which case, still normal. Like,
yeah.
So, Tyler, still want to play 500 FPS Nomad?
Yes, I would still play that. I would still play that. I would try it.
Just show up with everybody wearing that. There you go. Just this is my army.
Yeah, that's banned.
Body armor's normie, but if I was doing 500 FPS nomad, I'm like,
That's why I brought it back up. That would be banned.
Be pretty cool though if a bunch of people had it. Like a whole group just look like.
Just like stormtroopers.
Yeah, exactly.
I think to add to your mythical game that you think is good but isn't, you might as well just say no mouth guard, no face bro. Like,
No, I allow mouth.
Smile the whole
no
time.
mouth guards.
I
Why not? If you want to be
allow
afraid,
face pro. Allow face pro.
no. The whole idea was that Jordan was like, I want people to fear going in a room.
Yeah.
It's not worth your teeth though.
Yeah, the teeth I'll
It's
give you
not
because
wor-
that's a dental bill.
It's not okay. Would you fear going into a room? Look, going in a room without face pro is like, whatever.
You've popped
It's terrifying.
like,
It fucking hurts.
Yeah,
but
I
it's
hide
not,
behind my gun.
Yeah.
a green tag can break your tooth. Okay,
Oh, dude.
500 nomad, you're gonna swallow that.
Yeah, it's bio BBs. That's why I'm
your
saying.
tooth, the broken part of your tooth will get embedded in like your UV.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, if you want to fear going into a fucking room,
Just
might as
don't
well
play with a
fear
mouth
it.
guard. That's what I do. And every time I come up to a Connex box, I'm like, here we go.
Right?
Yeah.
I see.
500
this
FPS,
is such
Nomad, real caps only.
Flawed.
Mouth guards are the only face pro allowed.
Flawed logic. It's,
No.
it's flawed. Anyway, good luck getting insurance on that too.
Backyard airsoft, 3 miles behind a
get
Dunkin'
after
Donuts.
it. Yeah, get after it. You might as well make steel BBs. Go to Evike, get their fucking steel BBs. Fuck it. You know what? 22s.
Yeah, right.
22s. You want to
22.
you want to fear stepping on the field?
Yeah,
22.
rubber bullets then. Just do that.
Let's see. A freaking 22. You probably shoot up to, I don't know.
Subsonic 22s.
Oh yeah, that'll make it better.
Yeah.
Real men used to use 30-06.
All right.
Speaking of the first thing I asked, it's so funny because I go to work and all my gear is my airsoft gear.
Yeah.
And like the army people look at me because I look different. And like they ask me, are you in the army? I just go, no. And then they're like, why do you have all this gear? I'm like, I play airsoft.
See, it's like paintball.
It's like what private funding looks like.
So it's like paintball. But
yeah.
When
It's
you
like-
can self-fund your kit, it looks way better.
Yeah. I die inside every time I say it. No, I just play airsoft. I feel judged. I don't know if they're actually judging.
You could
but
judge or not. I have better gear than you. Eat shit.
you're dying in your fucking shitty blouse or whatever it is.
Yeah, right.
These are the types of questions. It's, are you cadet? Or do I call you sir, sergeant? What do I call you? like
Technically, you're a civilian. You outrank them.
yeah, what's your MOS?
Kicking ass and taking names.
Or like, you prior enlisted?
Spec ops.
You're like, no, I'm a contractor. What company do you work for? Like, no,
Blackwater.
You're a 6mm specialist.
Yeah.
Oh,
We are nerds that touch grass in very autistic ways.
See, at least I have like the Marine thing to fall back on. You know what I mean?
I know, Dave.
I feel bad for you. Yeah,
Yeah, follow Dave win games.
I feel bad. I feel bad for you guys. What do? I used to be a Marine, but now I own a business, and that business happens to be Airsoft. See, it's a lot better.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
you guys are just like
I just look weird.
Yeah,
And my excuse is weird.
I play in the woods. I dress up with my friends. But anyway, here's how you operate this thing. All right. And with that, good night, God bless. We're out.
Holy gun there. Holy gun gamer.
Payback.
Join the Discord.
Fucking got him.
Man, you were sitting on that. You were sitting on that.
You're
for a
not
while.
reacting to the pepper spray.
Dude, oh my God.
I'm still recording.
Are you? Yeah. Okay, so after
we're
hours,
back.
right? So after hours. Dude, have you seen the entire skit of that, of the Shadow Man?
Yes.
Oh my word.
Wait, what am I missing here?
Oh God.
Okay,
the
fill me
Shadow
in here.
Man.
Okay, Shadow Man.
I don't even know what it's from. But there's a guy in this like gimp outfit, right? He's got like a mohawk, and he's he's singing a song in a musical. I am the Shadow Man. I've come to steal your poop.
Okay. See, I'm thinking like, Dayman from Sunny in Philadelphia.
Right? And he's like, I'm the Shadow Man. I'll make you look at my fingers. Like, it's just some weird shit. And then there's two guys off to the side that are like, oh, kids, oh no, it's the Shadow Man. Don't look at his fingers or he'll steal your poop. It's like, what the fuck is this? It's like 7 minutes long. It's hilarious. And I made the reference like, the light. And all of my Marine Corps buddies are just like, what? And I was like, I got to show you this thing. And so like the full version came up, and I started watching.
They thought you were really weird.
See, it's like paintball, but and I showed it to him. Everybody's fucking dying, and it was the first time I heard I saw the words to the song. Like he's gonna come and steal your poop, and the context is like this is a kids show, and they're like singing to kids like, oh, watch out, kids! Here comes the Shadow Man. He's gonna steal your poop. Don't look at his fingers. And he's like, and then they hit him with the light. And he's like, the light. The light.
And then he starts like thrusting the ground.
Yeah.
And he's like, like
It's fucking amazing. I couldn't believe it, dude. I saw the whole thing. And I was like, Anthony, you cucked me, dude. You gave me this one little thing. I was like, this is a masterpiece. It's fucking hilarious, dude.
It's a whole miniseries.
Dude, go search fucking the Shadow Man.
The Shadow Man.
Fucking hilarious. Okay, that was the after hours. That's the Patreon content.
Yep.
All right, so if you watched this, just go buy merch. Hey, go buy merch. 024. That's where that site. Go buy merch, please.
download the app.
Download the app. All right, that's the real ending. Good night. Good bless. We're out.